just delete it.
Ooh, we're getting there now?
You talking about Kanye's?
No, we're getting there.
What you mean?
You talking about Kanye's interview on Drink Champs, the third one?
Wait. Is freedom of speech being attacked to the point where we can't see a Kanye interview?
The man told you what can happen when you speak out. It's gone.
It's gone?
The crazy thing,
Wait, because this is now.
Right.
I haven't seen the interview, but this is a bigger issue.
I didn't get to see it either.
I can't see it now?
No. You might be able to find clips.
Never? Who took it down?
Drink Champs.
Nori.
After, what's his name? Whack 100?
I think
Nori took it down?
I want to believe.
Okay, Nori took it down.
Right.
Not YouTube.
No, Nori.
Okay.
Yeah, YouTube took whoever it was. It's not Nori that took it down.
No, but I believe.
Did Nori
I believe
There
Nori.
was pressure from
But
above.
Nori took it. So Nori took it down.
So here's my hot take on that.
No, why did Nori
There's
take
two.
it down?
I'll give you two reasons why I believe. One, Puff, because Kanye said, "Puff and Meek Mill, you a bitch ass niggas."
Yeah, it is revolt.
Why did Puff have Nori take it down?
You're gonna let this, on my network.
A lot of people have said a lot of things about Puff.
I know.
But he may have not liked that.
Right.
Because
That's my one take. The other take is the Jew talk.
So,
But he said nothing bad about the Jews. He actually said, "I like the Jews.
So this
I
is-
like the Jewish community.
So this is what I'm
I
gonna
like
say.
how they stick together."
This is what I'm going to say.
On camera.
This is what I'm going to say. Didn't he lose his deal with Adidas?
Yeah.
Do we know who invented Adidas?
Oh yeah,
The Nazis.
Adi Dassler.
Yeah, the Nazis.
In the height of the German dollar. Jewish people should be rejoicing. Right?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I know.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, this is apples and oranges,
Very.
right? Unless it's not. And where it's not,
That's the gray area where it's not.
it's not gray though. It's like very evident.
That's very evident. He was
What's
perfect.
evident?
Multiple billions of dollars one week. A couple $100 million now.
What do you guys think is evident? Because
I don't know what's evident. That's why I
to
said
me.
gray area. So
Well,
This-
hold on.
this-
Let's
this sound
think
is
about this
pretty
before we
evident to
jump
me.
right now. Like, how are we going to treat this episode? We coming in like, like a
I'm-
shorty
I'm-
with a BBL.
I'm-
we coming
I'm
in with the
fucking-
light top
I'm
off the top,
excited.
heavy
What are we
bottom at
doing?
the end.
I'm excited.
Or we coming in
Hey,
heavy
I'm
on the
happy
top.
to see y'all. I'm excited, man.
I'm-
This
that's
is a
what
good day.
I'm excited to be with the fellas.
I'm like Alex. I've been online today because I was trying to find something funny. Like I was really trying.
You did find something funny. The Asian woman. That shit was hilarious. Didn't you send that? She was on one of those shows.
Reem didn't think that was funny.
Huh?
The Asian woman. You
stand-up
sent the
comedy?
Asian stand-up comic.
I think
Asian.
that was Ev.
Oh, I did send that.
You sent that. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was I.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I sent that to a couple people and I got that same response. I thought it was kind of hilarious, but I got that
not a
response
hoe.
from a
That's
lot
my
more people
cousin.
than people that thought that was that.
Right.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Now, well, in that light though, real quick, because I haven't seen.
I feel
you
like
guys
she
in
was
so long.
using her accent though.
Like she doesn't talk
she was
like that
pretty-
normally.
Like Michael
Like she
Blackson?
probably does, but she doesn't.
She was blackface. Like Asian.
No, like you have
voice.
Like she was one definitely.
like there's African folks that I know that
like
don't
Michael
have
Blackson. Like
Right.
He's going super hard sometimes.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like she went
like
super hard.
there's African folks that I know that can go in and out of the accent.
Yeah.
Right, they can have a regular
Malcolm
quote
can do it.
unquote.
Malcolm,
Right,
Malcolm does it all the time.
that's what you're saying. She went into.
I'm saying she went harder in order for
make
it to
it
be
funny.
funny. Yeah.
She was funny.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I
that you
recognize
agree
that,
to
but some people
disagree.
recognize that and was like, I ain't with it.
I was with it.
I was with it.
If I had to compare that
Yeah.
one versus the Hulk being black,
That was
I was
funny
with the
too.
whole being
That was
black.
funny too.
I was
Yeah, I thought that was funny too. I like the slavery
the
pants.
slavery pants fucked me out, bro. We in here chatting about our group chat.
Slavery pants. I wanted him to go deeper into the green because if he would have made the green, if he would have played on the green,
A little bit harder.
I would have been like, yo. But the slavery pants was dope.
All right. Well, it's been a while, fellas. I'm so happy to see your faces.
I'm happy to see y'all too.
Looks
Alex, how you doing?
good and productive.
Like, we've had better days, but we all right.
Damn, all right. Still? All right.
All right.
Yep.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm
you
still
here?
trying to get fine.
Shit.
Sometimes
all right.
you
that's
here?
half. That's most of the battles. Just being here, bro.
You need to listen to a Nas album or something. Man.
Right.
We got to get you a Nas album.
Or that Simba album.
Next
man.
week.
That results takes time.
week.
I'm so excited, bro.
Next week.
You don't understand how excited I am.
Speaking about rap,
I'm
listening to the catalog right now.
I went through 1 and 2 in the gym this week.
Yep.
King's Disease.
Great workout.
Yep. Magic is just so
But
magic.
Magic is dope. I just went because I wanted to go with the trilogy.
Yep.
But I still got 1 over 2 as my favorite. Not whack or better.
Just
my
your favorite. Yeah.
Nah, I haven't gone back. I'm going back to Magic.
Yo,
We go back to Magic all the time.
I walked into one mic and Tron was like, I was like, what are you playing, Tron? Tron was like, playing one. I was like, I don't know if your dad's gonna like what you I don't know if your dad's gonna like what's going on right now, man. Like,
Honestly, One Mic is like probably in my top 5 all-time Nas songs.
One mic is pretty dope.
And plus, I've seen
Top
him,
5.
I've seen him perform it live.
Yeah, performing live is
And
dope.
it's
Yeah, super
How?
solid.
That drop though.
he just starts out on his knees, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ever since Reem said he's been padding his stats, I've been looking at that a little different. That whole Nas.
Nas,
Yeah.
Padding his stats. What does that mean?
like he's
Hot take.
I don't know if it's how hot it is, but he's racking them up he's found a perfect complementary producer.
Yep.
Highlights his best.
Yep.
The man can still rap. The man is still very relevant. His flow is still.
He's a garbage points.
He's a rap god.
Is that what you call
Oh
it?
shit! He's a garbage points.
He's a garbage points.
It's kind of like
Is that what you're saying?
The game is over. He's just
Nah,
It's kind of
man.
like we know who the goat is.
Are you
We know who the goat is, and it's just like,
shit.
let me.
That's a hot take.
You think he's taking shots at that?
No.
No, just building up his catalog.
When the game is over, right? Say your team is up 20. You're up 20.
Yeah.
like
How is Nas up 20?
He's,
No.
He's not
No.
Jay is.
Yeah. What are we saying?
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is,
No.
remember that, what was it that,
That's what I was gonna
one
say.
every say to,
You're up
other than
20.
shits is due. Remember that bar?
Yeah.
Like, Nas is making up for that bar right
Oh,
now.
shit.
Oh, he's making up for.
4 classes in
you
10
think so?
years.
He's
Nigga,
trying to,
I could divide.
he's trying to get his
Just wondering-
percentages
You think
up.
so?
He's trying to get his percentages up, right? So at the end of the game,
I like that perspective. I don't think so, but I like that perspective.
you're up 20.
I like that perspective.
You're not really playing hard defense.
Right.
So now I'm just getting layups after layup.
You know why that perspective is important? Because it allows a Jay-Z fan to justify the good music that's happening right now.
I love it.
No. Listen. It's good though, right? Because it gives you a certain level of.
I'm only gonna like it so much. I'm only going so much.
Hey, I love what he's
This nigga
doing.
not gonna win the game with it. He's coming in
Nah,
hard.
I like it.
Would you feel that way if Jay was still dropping albums?
No, but Jay still
Jay
dropped.
is still dropping
Song.
Jay
albums.
dropped the best verse of the year.
No.
of the decade.
He's still
probably.
doing features. I'm talking about Nas is doing
We
full on
say-
albums.
I still think that Jay Electronica album was a whole album,
Wow.
bro.
Wow.
It was a whole album.
And Hove was fire. I've been
But
back
that was
listening
what?
to
That
it.
was 5 years ago?
That was a while.
Damn, that was 5 years.
I wouldn't. I don't think Jay-Z would want us to say that was a whole album.
You don't
No,
like
he
Jay
wouldn't. No, he
Electronica.
wouldn't.
He would not want us to say that, and I don't want to give. I'm not going to say that. That was a Jay Electronica
I think
album.
because
that
of
was
Jay
whack.
Electronic. I think
That's what I'm going to say.
I
That
think-
was a whack Jay Electronica album. That's
I think it was
featuring Jay-Z.
Yeah, right?
What's an incredible Hove one?
It was almost like a Pete.
Yeah, he did great.
It's an incredible Hove.
He did great.
It was
but-
like a Pete Rock, CL Smooth, Timbaland McGoo.
Let's give it that. Let's give it that. Let's give it that. Yeah, let's not
like-
say it was a
like-
whole album because he
like-
wouldn't like that. He wouldn't like that at all.
But no, because I think
That album sucked.
I was just
I
listening
think
to the Shiny Suits, Mr. Shiny Suits.
that's my song. But I think one of the reasons why, and I think we talked about this, Jay Electronica missed his hype phase.
Bro, that
By
song that I sent to the
years.
what was that?
Years.
By years.
And then
Unfortunately, yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then because things evolve, right? Or rap has changed, right? Now you missed that window, then drill music came in. Right? Like drill music came in and kind of took over the wave of music. Not to say that we was all into the drill music, but in terms of popular music, drill was the music. And now you come in
You mean anti-Semitic music? but okay.
Nah, but I would argue with that, Bub, only because you got people like Pusha T putting out albums every 3 years, 3, 4
man's
years.
not getting the love.
But Pusha is a popular guy, right? Like he's still in the brands.
But I feel like Jay Electronica could have been just like Pusha. He could have been like in the same line.
Just keep dropping in his own lane.
No,
Just
yeah,
keep
but
dropping.
I'm talking about
You know what I'm saying?
Pusha. Like Pusha got an Adidas deal, right? Like he's doing other
Pusha-
things
yeah, Pusha's
outside
behind the
of
scenes
rap,
crazy.
right? That
Yeah,
keeps you. That
McDonald's
keeps you.
now, Arby's.
You're right.
Right,
Yeah.
that keeps you relevant.
Yeah.
Jay Electronica is doing none of that. So like now you're just like
Married
Or
to a
Rick Ross,
Rothschild.
or like you know what I'm
Right.
saying, like that.
doing
that lane
alcohol,
of-
right? They're doing other things that keeps them
Yeah.
relevant in hip hop.
What's his name? He got married. He's doing other things that is not relevant
Who's
to
that?
hip hop. He got married to a Rothschild, didn't he?
Jay
Jay
Electronica.
Electronica.
Yeah. That's other things that he has to attend to, I'm sure.
But it's not relevant to hip hop.
To music.
Like nobody's like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So he could have just like these other guys are. Pusha T's doing McDonald's.
Right.
He's doing
at least if Jay Electronica was doing features, right? Like here and there,
something, man.
right?
Something, because when I said, what was that, Exhibit C or Exhibit B or whatever?
Both.
That shit is fucking, bro. When I heard that, still to like, that's one of the best
And people was like, yo.
rap songs. That's like
He's about to blow up.
That could be ranked. That's what I'm saying. Like that song, those songs are so good they could be ranked. You could be
Is
like,
this an
hey, is
album?
this a top 100? Is this
Songs.
top? Yeah,
Because I'm not gonna lie.
it's just a song.
Until Control, I'd never heard of Jay Electronica. And then after Control, I never heard of Jay Electronica until the
I'm
album
with Ring.
with Jay.
I'm with Ring.
I did not know who Jay Electronica was.
I'm with Ring.
I mean, I knew the songs. I didn't.
I knew who
I'm- I'm
and then when he was on
100%
Control, I was
Ring.
like, why did they even put his verse on it?
I'm with Ring.
These other
Can I say I didn't
with
know like I didn't know him, but I knew of him. Like I knew he was a rapper. Again,
I have heard the
And-
name,
and
but
you
I
know-
had never heard him rap.
Another person is like that. I knew of it's the exact opposite. I knew of like MF Doom. Like I knew
right.
I've
this
never
person.
heard an MF Doom song
he
in my
exists.
life.
Oh
People
my God,
talk
I don't know
about
what you
him
guys are
too
talking
much.
about.
No, I've never
Me and
listened
Omar
to a
used to-
full album from start to finish, but I knew about his presence in rap
Right.
and the respect that he
No,
got
I've heard the name. I just
But
never heard
I'm
Didn't
not
hear it.
really
Yeah.
in tune with him.
ever in my life.
Jay Electronica, I was like,
I think it was Omar.
nah, I knew nothing.
Oh man,
about
I used
that.
to. MF Doom.
Oh man,
guy.
yo. Speaking of, since y'all on that rap, and you just said Pusha, my boy.
Heard the show was
How was that show?
The concert was phenomenal.
from what I seen on people's Snapchats and stuff like that. Like the visuals,
the
Yeah.
visuals,
like it
incredible.
wasn't a Lupo. It didn't look like a Lupo's show. Not Lupo's show. Like Fab show was just kind of basic. He came out, he rapped, got people in the background.
People in the background, blunt smoke in the air.
Yep.
Pusha was at the Dunk or the
Yeah.
the Amp now, the AMP. He was
Right.
at he was in the arena.
Right.
That's what it looked like. And I'm trying to think. That's exactly because you couldn't see when it first happened. You had I'm gonna say his name wrong, but it's Flawless.
Flawless.
Yeah.
Yes, so he opened up
Oh, good for him.
and he
Shout out to
had
Flawless.
a live drummer. His live drummer was dope.
Crazy.
Right. And it kind of was like, all right, we're getting ready for that Lupo Strand type environment. We'll see how many niggas come on the stage or push or whatever. We'll see. I'm imagining somebody in the background rolling
Yeah,
the blunt,
rolling it
Right, that's what you
rolling
see, right?
into the
Yeah,
DJ
yeah,
table. Shit went dark, bro. And I don't know where they came from, but it's just screens. Massive screens. And it's just him on the stage the whole night.
Oh, you don't even
But
see a DJ.
Nope. For hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, and an hour. Oh,
And he did
He went to work.
all this wasn't even like
he did My Name Is My Name.
he didn't go in his bag, bro.
No,
He didn't go.
He didn't go deep enough in his bag for me anyway. But this was
nothing
really,
from My Name Is My.
No, he did the the nostalgia. I'm trying to think about because it's different when you live. You can't really fucking remember.
Yeah,
It's
you're just trying to pay attention.
You're
like-
trying to pay attention. But when I tell you from the start of it to the end of it, when he got on the stage, the whole spot was rocking. The visuals behind his performance,
Pusha's like,
incredible.
I got a little bit of money.
Yeah, yo, that's what it looked
I'ma
like.
show y'all.
Yeah.
It looked like if either him or whoever the touring company is, they put money into it.
I like that though. You got to
Yeah,
respect that,
dope.
right? Like in terms of presentation.
One man machine, and numbers on the board. As soon as it
Oh,
came
that shit was
on, I was
banging.
like,
I know that shit was
doo-doo.
banging.
Doo-doo-doo. That shit. I don't even think. Did I hear grinding? He might have dropped the verse from grinding, but like he didn't go
you
that
gotta,
far
you
back.
gotta remember grinding if it dropped.
Nah,
You gotta
that was-
remember grinding.
So he didn't do it.
He did.
Nah, he had to have done grinding because my cousin, she was waiting for that song. She wanted that one. All right, so he did grinding, but I wasn't feeling it
don't
like that
believe
because
you.
I was already like, probably like Brambleton was so crazy. Like I didn't even like Brambleton like that on the album, but seeing it live again,
But certain joints live, like
just,
Yeah, live is a different
Nas
situation.
is what was the album he did with Kanye?
Nasir.
Nasir,
Yeah.
right? When I first heard it, I'm like, Kanye and Nas just don't, for me, didn't blend well. Then he did the visuals. He did the video for the
Yeah.
whole joint. I was like, oh, this is fire.
And it's an album that aged well. Like it took some time. Like if
Right.
you listen to it now, it's like, oh, okay.
And then I heard, I didn't go to a live show, but I watched a live show of him performing all those songs. I was like, oh, these shit smack.
Yeah.
That's what's
choice,
disappointing for you to think of it as a pointer or like points, because then you're not listening.
No, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
This I don't want to misconstrue.
because you're not listening. Like if,
I'm not saying that these
now
albums
that we brought
are
up, now
fire.
that we brought up the Kanye West album, now I'm like, yo, there was so much being said. If you're not listening, then you're not seeing the inspiration that he's going through. You're not seeing the growth.
If we're keeping it chill right now, you'll put both of the King's Disease ahead of Life is Good.
From a growth perspective,
Music, rap.
100%. But from like what album I like the best,
Mm-hmm.
Life is Good is by far a fucking phenomenal album. Bro.
See, this
Like,
is
it's
so
just-
I'm not
And
really
I think-
judging him
but-
against
but I'm not-
Jay-Z.
but
I'm
I'm
judging
not-
him against Nas. I'm like, these are dope albums.
But from a growth perspective, see, this is the thing. Like,
when you say growth, you mean his like mental and
if you're
emotional
listening
maturation?
to the album, you're listening to, like, when I listen to that Jay-Z verse, I hear growth. I hear a grown ass 50-year-old man talking to us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hear, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I hear
No,
a
I get
grown
that.
man trying to project how he knows how to project.
Right.
In his way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's a fucking 50-year-old man. Like, what the fuck? You know,
I think
and when
Life
I hear
is Good
Nas-
has a bunch of, and I know I'm speaking to the choir. Life is Good, for me, why I appreciated it was because there was a ton of growth.
Yeah.
Right.
He started
In
talking
that
about
album.
a lot of.
And
Like he
it's-
opened up. Like it was like,
And it's growth in a way that you didn't that was foreign to me. Like it was like he had the wedding dress on his lap on the album cover.
Right.
And he wasn't talking shit about his divorce in a situation where his
he could've-
divorce
and
was in
where he could've.
turmoil,
where he could have.
and they including his ex-wife was talking shit in
About
the
it.
media
Yeah.
at the time.
If I could sum up,
to have a
And
this is the thing that
mom's passed.
this is the thing that Nas has always been to me. This is the part where I see a lot of growth, and it's like whenever he's at the lowest point, what is he doing? Whenever he's up against the ropes, what is he doing? What is he doing? Is he blocking? Is he punching back? Is he succeeding? Is he? And I always see him succeeding up against the ropes. Like he has the media, he has the women culture, he has everything that Khalees is throwing at him at that time, and he releases an album that is kind of praising her in a way.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of being like, yo, you're my son's mom and love you and I hope you do well. And here's a banger. Here's one of the best albums I'm ever going to release ever. You know what I'm saying?
I think-
But I don't think that equates to the growth that he's projecting in King's, like just the fact that he named the album King's Disease and the fact that he's making it a trilogy and the fact that he did a album called Magic in between. And then if you listen to what he's trying to project, man, I think the growth is fucking, to call it making points is
No, I don't want to.
it's crazy.
It's not making
I get
points.
it. I'm not
I
saying
think-
that I don't get it. I
he's-
get it, but I just think that you're not paying attention
Well,
if you're doing that.
I want to. It's not a hot take, but it's warm. This
a warm
does it.
take?
It's a lukewarm take. But like this trilogy that you have, and then Magic, is not a sole credit to Nas, because it does not happen
without him,
without the merge of hip hop.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? So
100%.
they've created a sound
but you
that
gotta
matched.
say, you got to say that same thing. We got to say that same thing about Illmatic.
But Illmatic's just one album.
Illmatic is not Nas.
No, that's Nas.
Is it?
Who
produced Illmatic?
I don't know. You have to tell me. Who produced Illmatic?
Illmatic was produced by fucking
Third
Banks.
Base? You just tell me.
Bangs at the time.
No, no, he's
Right?
he had a publisher.
Yeah, I don't. But so one producer.
You had Primo,
yeah.
right? You had
No, that's what
you
I'm
had
saying.
Large
He had-
Professor.
Oh, you
He
said
had-
Banks.
you
Oh, you talking
had-
about? Oh, okay.
No, he had a
You had-
collection of producers. That's what I'm saying. Like the common
if we're
denominator
gonna
in
say,
that.
if we're gonna say,
No, I think you kind of almost like prove my point.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
we gotta say the same thing.
No, we're not though, because
We have to.
in that the common
He has a
denominator.
cheat code, right?
No,
That's
the
what
common
I'm saying.
denominator
I get what
in
you're saying.
Illmatic
I get what you're saying.
is Nas.
Like you had the who's of producers.
You got producer. You got a solid producer.
You got A-list.
You got
A-list.
not only a producer. I think what Reema's saying is that you found a synergy with Hit Boy.
Right.
Right? I'm saying that he found that same synergy with Hit Boy when he made Illmatic with fucking Primo, with fucking Large Professor, with fucking like he had this. He made
it can't be the
Illmatic.
same. It can't be the same because again,
You're talking
the
about
common
one, you're talking
common
about
denominator in Illmatic is Nas.
King's Disease.
He
doesn't
may have
have-
found
what
his
you're saying. I see what you're saying. I
sound
see what
from
you're saying.
all of these people
I
and
see what
pulled
you're
it
saying.
in to make Nas.
I see what you're saying.
King, the whole
I get it.
because you didn't get a trilogy
Yeah.
to Illmatics. You get a trilogy of King's Disease because him and Hit Boy have such a connect, and I mean it's fucking flawless.
What's wrong with that though?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
And again, I'm not.
Because it's like when Jim Jones did El Capo. He had to go back to his roots.
Yeah. I mean,
That was a hard album.
let me tell
It
you
was.
something.
Yeah, that
It was a great album.
But he had to go.
I'm not fighting
He had to go back home to
That was
the
the only
producers.
Tim Jones album I could listen to.
Lobby Boys ain't bad. Lobby Boys ain't bad.
I gotta listen to
But
it.
you, and this is why I want to be clear, right? Because the same thing I'm accusing Nas of, like, stat.
Oh, Jim Jones did the same thing?
No. I'm accusing him, but I don't have nothing wrong with it. I'm
Yeah.
a Dak Prescott fan,
Who's that Prescott?
the quarterback for the
Cowboys.
Cowboys. There have been times where we've been down 21 points. We're not going to win the game, and he throws for 260 yards in one quarter.
Yeah, he's got
Time to go to-
now he's got 400 yards.
He goes King Disease 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the fourth quarter, right?
Cabo, he went from 100 yards to 400.
We don't win.
I'm
But
not
I'm rooting for the nigga
disagreeing.
the whole time.
I'm not disagreeing, bro. Like, I don't
I'm
wanna
rooting for
sound-
Nas.
I don't want to
But
sound
you know
like
what
I'm
you do at-
disagreeing with the comment though.
Got mine. What you gotta do?
That's the thing. That's the thing for Nas fans. Nas fans can be like, "Hey man, I don't give a fuck what you think about it. We got ours. That's all we got ours." Yeah. So it's still all love for me.
But I'm
Now
not
fans, we got
disagreeing.
We got 4 of them things.
Jay,
I'm
how
not
many you get from Jay?
Post 40, post 45, we got 4 of those
How many you
things.
get from Jay?
I'm not that deep of a Nas fan.
No, I know.
Because I want Jay. I want some Jay shit. I'm not that deep of a Nas fan. But yeah, man. Like I'm
I'm gonna definitely listen. To
I
this.
definitely don't disagree with that comment.
But when you think
I definitely
about
don't disagree.
when you think about Nas and Hove, right? To still have the same cadence they had, and maybe better, right? Depending on what song you're talking about that they had when they came out to now. And when you think about
way better swag, way better.
What I'm just saying, like it didn't decline, right?
Right,
Like,
right.
and when you think about, which is crazy because now I'm tripping because that new Busta Rhymes song with Daddy Kane and
I didn't hear no thing, but I saw it come up. Though.
Kane's like, I'm not
not
one of
an
them
old
guys
school?
from the '80s. He's rapping.
No, he's rapping.
He's rapping.
Yeah. I'm on a-
Busta's still in his
Oh, well,
bag,
Busta-
right? Like
Busta can never fail.
right.
His last album was
But
phenomenal.
when you think about those older rappers, like there's no way. Some people have him as a GOAT. Some people have him in top fives. With
Kane.
LL Cool J. I'm about to mention.
Oh yeah.
Put him in today,
I'm not trying to hear it.
right?
Oh no, I'm not trying to hear that.
Right. But it's not a diss to him.
No,
Nope.
no. He
It's
made
not a-
Mama said knock you out, my nigga. Yo,
He's made a lot of.
Yo.
Right.
I say
Yo.
the same thing about like. It's crazy because they're in the same fucking group.
Pink cookies in the
Quality.
plastic bag.
Quality.
Getting crushed
I don't really
right
want to hear right now. Yasin Bey. I can still hear right now.
That's because he dissed you, though. That's why.
No.
Oh, that's right, Alex.
That's
Came after him.
I like how you shot that in there. I was like, I never forgot.
that he came after.
I was like, I never forgot.
Yeah, that's crazy because he
passed
I
him
dissed me.
forgot he came after him.
He called me a clown for the same
did.
shit that I got a problem with black people for now.
Oh, Consequence
man.
came at
Yo.
Wally.
I want to
Came
hear. I want.
I didn't even see Consequence.
I want to hear Uncle Ruckus.
Oh, you want to hear Uncle Ruckus? Can I go right now? No, you know what? I'm not even gonna trip. I had to really talk myself down.
I want to hear Uncle Ruckus.
Because I want it to be like a clear, concise thought, and hopefully, if it doesn't come across or it gets confusing, just fucking stop.
No, I want it because what I appreciate about the conversation sometimes that where Kaba doesn't have any attachment to it. I like Kaba's line of questioning.
Let it go.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
No, but you ask questions as to explain, like, so what happened? So, but explain that. What does that mean? I like those questions because now I gotta really, like, fuck, damn.
I've been waiting for this Kanye conversation. I haven't seen anything that Kanye has put out strictly because I want to hear it from y'all.
You're gonna be greatly disappointed
God damn it.
because I don't want to talk about Kanye.
It's not about Kanye for me. Anyway.
Okay, all right, but it's a derivative, right? Like
Right.
it derives from that.
You know,
Right.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
You ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Alex is ready too. He's
So
not saying
me and Bub, we were talking on Saturday about it too, right? And it's, let me preface by saying, this is my opinion of things. It's not my opinion. My opinion.
That's gross, bro. That's gross.
That's deriving from what was said on social media or what this person said or that.
This is
person
you.
said. This is me.
You take full responsibility for this opinion.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
The Uncle Ruckus that you hear in our group chat, in our text, and this disappointment with the black community. And I mean, like, damn near disgusted with the black community right now. Not wholly, but you know, majority.
Some of what you've seen, the commentary you've
Right.
seen from black folks.
It derives from, I don't care how you feel about Kanye West or what he said or what he didn't say. I have a problem and an issue with seeing one of the greats of our culture. I don't want to get twisted. Kanye West is one of the greats at what he does musically, entertainment-wise. To watch him get dismantled financially and dragged through the court of public opinion, and I'm looking at the comments, and the people leading the charge are black. That's where I'm starting to have an issue.
How do you know that?
Because I'm looking at a go.
Well,
I read
No,
through
no,
the
no.
comments.
Social media.
How do you know that, though?
Well,
Reem, I think
based
you
on
need to
their
add-
profile picture and
How do
I know who they are, right?
How do you know?
Well, the real DL Hughley is the real DL Hughley.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
like
all right,
some
so
of these are
there's blue checks.
verified
All right.
people. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to just name 6 names, right? I'm going to name 6 names.
We're gonna put names out there.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, put
And
names out there.
and we're gonna talk
'em?
about
Fuck 'em?
3 at a time. No, it's not a fuck 'em. I just want you to understand where I'm coming from with this, right? You got Kanye West, you got Kyrie Irving, you got Dwayne Wade. All three black men made it from low to middle class backgrounds, have become arguably the greatest at what they do.
Yep.
None of them in any legal issue, no crimes committed, no harm against humanity physically or tangibly, right? None of them. Now, Kanye West had his comments. World came for him, watched him get stripped of his billions of dollars. Black people like, good for Kanye. Kyrie Irving, now you just tell me he gets suspended 5 days for not saying a word. He didn't say a word. He posted an image of a movie that's on Amazon Prime. And because he didn't apologize for posting it
Or explain why.
or explain why he
I
posted
thought he
it,
apologized.
they're taking
did
his money.
I thought he
He
just
did apologize.
They're taking his money away.
Yep.
Then you got Dwayne Wade, whose daughter.
Is he suspended without pay?
Yeah. 5 days, 5 games.
5 games without pay.
And for, it don't sound crazy, but it's probably something like, fucking $1 million to a game.
I'm gonna let
Shit
you
like
finish
that.
what you got to say. I honestly think Kyrie doesn't care, but
Right.
go finish.
Yeah.
And then you got Dwayne Wade, whose daughter, Zaya,
Yeah.
wants to legally change her identity to female. And she's like 15, 16.
So she's not a female?
Born a male, identifies as a female, wants to legally change prior to turning 18. Not physically, legally. Black people on in there talking about
Change her name. So her name is still legally her birth name.
She's not doing any like work though.
No.
Oh, she's just changing her name or some shit?
The
She
legal
identifies
identification.
now as a female.
When she fills out the census, it'll say female, not male, right?
you gotta do?
But you hear, again, our people. I knew they were using that
wants to
baby
take
for money.
Dwayne Wade to court.
Wants to take him to court.
The mom wants
Mom
to
said
take
that.
The
Oh,
mom
wait,
wants to
wait,
take
wait,
her to
wait,
court.
wait. The mom?
That's
The mom.
from the mother.
Oh,
Wait, hold on.
what the fuck- what the
But
fuck's
now
going
let's
on?
go in here. Dwayne
I
Wade
don't
has
wanna get
had.
involved.
No,
now.
the
he's
mom
had-
feels
no, no.
like the mom feels like Dwayne Wade is profiting.
This is not something I want to get involved in now.
Fair enough. But look,
Because this is now not my issue. This is between parents.
between parents.
Yeah, this is not
And
my issue.
I love that response. Thank you. I love
This is
that.
between
I don't even
parents.
want to get involved in it, right?
I don't care.
But instead, it's I been knew Dwayne Wade was using that girl for money and
I don't
this,
give
that,
a
and the
fuck
third.
what those bots are saying.
Right? So
That's between
bots,
parents.
people, again, certified people, verified people are saying these things, right?
I don't
so
give a
again,
fuck what the fuck
these
this blue
three,
checks are saying.
these
That's
three
between
individuals.
parents, so.
No, I agree with you.
No, but Reem's
That's
just
my
like
opinion. That's my opinion.
All right.
No, I get you. I get you.
So what I'm
Yeah,
saying, for these three individuals, these three black men, nobody, not
That's
enough
what's
of us,
happening.
not
That's what's
enough
happening.
of us have taken that approach. Hey, I don't have no point of view on it either way. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. Instead, we jump into it and assist with the dismantling of these three men, again, who have committed no crimes, who have broken the laws, just stated their opinion on their platform.
What do you mean dismantling? There's like a
well,
campaign
look,
against these motherfuckers?
Kanye West just went from $6 billion to what, 400 million, stripped from all of his financial endeavors. You got D Wade getting dragged through the court of public opinion.
But 60% of Adidas was easy.
I know, I hear you, but it's still dismantling right here. You got Kyrie Irving, who is he's getting called.
Oh, at least that's what they said.
That's
when
how
Yeezy
serious.
came out.
Shaq and Chuck are on TNT saying we have to answer for what this idiot did. Why are they talking about Kyrie like that?
Oh, that makes sense.
He didn't do anything to them.
No, but
No,
but you saw
said
Shaq.
we shouldn't have to answer for.
And you don't.
You saw Shaq on Drink Champs though,
Yeah.
right?
I did.
And
He's corporate.
yeah,
Right? Like
Charles
he's-
Barkley called
seen him.
for him to get suspended. Now today
Don't
he
ask me
gets
what I'm
suspended.
drinking. The whole time. No, not the whole time. Most of the time. And I'm fine with that. Like if
You can smoke a cigarette, but
Yeah.
Well, pause right there because I want to get to the flip side of things now. Why I'm upset with us. Now I'm going to name three more names.
you can't be upset with it. You can't be upset.
Phil
With
Spector,
it. Who's that?
Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein.
Who's Phil Spector?
All three of these men are Jewish moguls. Phil Spector is a huge record label producer, Beatles, Tina Turner,
Okay. Record producer.
convicted of murder.
Damn.
Jeff Epstein, on trial, suicide
Nah, he's
for
suicide, bro.
sex
Come on,
trafficking.
Come on. He killed himself.
Underage sex
He
with
killed
adults.
himself. Yeah, he killed himself.
Nobody's asking for that list of clients, but okay.
No.
Then you got Harvey Weinstein, convicted sexual abuser. These three people, rightfully dragged in the media.
You know, Jeffrey Epstein is the first person to get convicted without having evidence, without proving.
I didn't even know
this.
that, but
Where's the
sounds
list?
about right. Ain't no list. But all three of these people are convicted
Can we use him,
criminals. Who?
Because he was convicted without evidence.
Oh.
We don't know. We don't know who they were.
For what I'm about to say, you can because
Right.
that's
No, I get it.
the
I'm
beauty of
joking.
it.
Yeah.
The beauty of it is these three have been really convicted of it and rightfully so dragged by most of the world through social media and media. But you know who didn't say nothing about them? The Jewish community. They just disassociated. They didn't compound. They didn't assist with their dismantling or them going to jail. It's like, y'all
Yeah,
fucked
but
up. Y'all on your own.
But
Be
we
out.
didn't say anything about OJ.
No, we did the opposite of OJ.
Nah, we were like, hey,
OJ might have been the one time black people were galvanized.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were
We
dead
also,
wrong.
we also
Exactly,
don't know that.
exactly.
We didn't have social media then.
We didn't have it then.
Yeah.
But
I
what I'm
mean,
saying is, why is it our behavior?
That doesn't relate. We can't. That's a far reach, though.
How is it? How
That's
is it
a far reach.
It's a far reach to say that we don't
It's a far reach.
we don't take the approach. If I come to a hood right now and I shoot another black man,
This is
we are taught not to snitch.
This is the
don't say
reason-
nothing. Don't say nothing about that.
This
right?
is the reason why it's a far reach.
But hold on, I'll let you get it.
No. Yep. I guess.
We're taught don't say nothing about that.
Yeah.
Even though I came in and I killed another black man,
Yeah.
right? I harmed our community, but we're taught don't snitch. But let a black man who didn't kill our community. May have said some shit about somebody else's community. Too many of us, from what I see, and I preface by saying this is my opinion, too many of us jump in with the loudest voices condemning that man, that person, that black man. Oh, you shouldn't have did this, you shouldn't have did that, blah, 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 blah. Like, with the assist to tear it down. So when a person hasn't done anything legally wrong, but has a different opinion than we do, we'll kill them in the media world and assist with that. But we also been trained that when a takeoff situation really happens, what's the first thing we do? We blame Takeoff. He shouldn't have been at the fucking bowling alley. He shouldn't have been playing He shouldn't have been playing dice at 2:00 in the morning. We're blaming Takeoff.
Who's blaming Takeoff?
That's what I'm saying. This is what we're doing.
So this is where I jump into. So
Wait a minute.
So let me real quick,
Okay.
right? So I really took myself out of these situations, and I was like, yo, let me just. And what I came up with is emotions trump logic.
Yeah.
Then I'm like,
For them.
for everybody. I think anybody, once you get emotional about something, and it's natural, right? When we're passionate or we care about something, sometimes our emotions take over, and logic goes out the window. Then I was like, we don't, and I always use the word we because I want to include myself. I don't want to exclude myself from anything, and I don't say we but I just want to include everybody in the we.
Yeah, 100.
Right? And we got into a space where we don't pause. Most of us don't pause. We just immediately react. So the news came out, Takeoff gets killed. Boom. Takeoff gets killed at a dice game in Houston. Then more news comes out.
2:00 in the morning.
Was with allegedly Jay Prince's people. Now people start to speculate. The blame comes in. Takeoff, you got money, you're rich, why you don't have security? Takeoff, you got money, you're rich, why are you in the hood rolling dice? Takeoff, you got all this jewelry on.
What?
No, and I don't.
They did the same thing with PNB Rock.
And I don't want to say it's exclusively just.
We did the same thing.
Black people, right? I just want
everybody. Yep.
Just reading comments, right? What I see on social media, and I got into the Kaaba space. I'm like, this ain't real, right? Like, it is real, but it's almost to the point where I've looked at it as anybody can jump on one of these, get behind a keyboard, hide their face, and just type. You have trollers, right? So that's what went in my mind. There's trollers out there that like to egg things on. And I had to go back.
Have you guys ever created a bot?
No.
Do you know how easy it is to create a bot?
$50 or so.
So this is
No. It's like 15 to 20 minutes. I can have 1,000 bots out there.
so this
I don't.
so this is
Okay.
why
Yep.
I had to go back into when the quote unquote riots were happening here in Providence. When they burned down the mall, like all these.
Oh, this is around George Floyd time.
Right. So
The Bostonians were
I'm
coming
riding
down.
around and I'm looking at my Twitter feed. Hartford Ave Burger King on fire. I text, no, it's not. How you know?
Pick.
It's a live video.
Yeah.
There's people walking in there. It's like the people are getting food. There's people in the drive-thru.
The grill is on, but it ain't on fire.
My grandma's here right now.
But
It's
allegedly,
flame broil, but it ain't
like
on fire.
coincidentally, when they was tweeting these things, I was in the area of these Burger Kings that were allegedly on fire.
Scott.
So I'm like, bot, trollers, whatever it may be, they're out there.
Well, yeah.
They're out there, right? And they gaslight, they throw it. So I'm just like, Bob.
That's not to disqualify that there are things going on.
Right. Or there's real people actually doing these things.
100%.
Right? So
100%.
I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing. But the reason why some of the stuff that I've seen around Kanye, some of the stuff I've seen around Kyrie has really nothing to do for me about Jewish people. Because I am so closely connected to violence in the community, and it's my life's work, and it's what I've been doing for the past over a decade, it bothers me because black lives are being lost. Plain and simple, right? And when I see people start to justify certain things as they should happen,
Like new norms.
right? Like,
Yep.
no, I should be able to go anywhere I want with my jewelry and not be harmed. Now, I understand the
Not a
reality.
reality.
If you tell me, if I keep hearing, and I'm not, this is not blaming P&B Rock for getting killed. If you tell me, I'm just putting me in that space, that these things happen at this space all the time, one or two things are happening. I'm not going, or I'm not going with my jewelry.
Right.
But it doesn't justify P&B Rock being killed, right?
Yep.
It doesn't justify, like, it doesn't. And then you have this correlation with hip hop. Everything is not attached to hip hop. I think that narrative is put out there so we can blame something. Quavo getting killed, Takeoff getting killed had nothing to do with hip hop.
Nope. Except the fact that he's a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
But not hip
But
hop.
it had nothing to do
Dice
with
is
hip-hop.
it's just related to like Las Vegas
But
as
no.
much as it is to.
News came out, it wasn't even a dice game.
There was a disagreement.
But
between-
regardless if it was a dice game, it wasn't, hey, I'm going to kill you, Takeoff, because you're a rapper. And your song that you just put out, I don't like. And so, hey,
Yep.
kill you.
Yeah, it could have been like shots fired or something. It wasn't
Yeah,
even
look,
like
from what I heard.
A bunch of
aimed
news
at-
came out. They
yeah,
said
it could have been.
him.
Didn't have to be
He
aimed
was
at
actually
him.
breaking up something.
Right.
And whatever it may be. But it's just like, my thing is more about how we feed into, and we've had this conversation over and over, and Alex always says it, the clickbait, right? We fall in love with the headlines, and the matter when we automatically see a headline, oh, that's crazy,
Repost, share, comment.
without taking a step back and saying,
That's my gripe, bro.
either I don't care about the subject matter,
Right.
or
How does it benefit me?
But it
Where's
al-
the moral reward
But it
in
also-
me engaging in this?
But I think but there's some people that like to do it, right? My other issue or conflict, right? Where Chuck and Shaq felt the need, right? Because Bernie asked them a question.
Well, Bernie ass ain't answered the question.
Who's Bernie?
The only white dude on the cast.
Ernie Johnson.
Ernie Johnson, the only
Ernie.
white dude on the damn cast.
Right? Where it's
Ernie Johnson.
Ernie Johnson.
He's invited to the barbecue.
And again, you said Shaq's corporate, right? Chuck's corporate.
Or they just got a job to do.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
They just got
The
they
job is-
follow
the
orders.
job is commentating.
They have a job to do.
The job is
Bullshit. I can't live with that. That's the Uncle
But
Ruckus
we all
shit
have a
right
job
there.
to do.
But it's-
But you could do it in a way where you don't shit on this man. You can say, I don't agree with what he posted, but I am not.
So
I don't understand.
Kaba,
I'm
You're
staying out of
You're
it.
right.
Kaba, I agree with you.
Not he's an idiot. He should be suspended, which leads to him being suspended for 5 games.
But I
But I
agree.
can't blame how other people
Right.
do their job.
See, I'm blaming other people for their responses, Kava. Either shut the fuck up like you would if you were about to be snitching, or really call out shit that's gonna be like, again, just worth it for our people. It doesn't help me to pile on and start posting shit about
think the
Kanye.
media-
Why do you keep saying our people? I don't understand why you're
when
not
I say-
inclusive when you say when.
Nah,
why are you segregating?
I'm being
Yeah.
extremely pro-black about this because it's a quality characteristic that I think we're missing. And I'm not talking about a race, I'm talking about a culture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're missing it. These other cultures that we swear, oh, we're so oppressed by, and black man can't get this, can't get that. They do this shit very well. China?
Why do you want to emulate other cultures?
I don't want to emulate other cultures. I want equity. I want as much equity as these other. Black people outnumber Jewish people in America, like per capita.
Well,
But
of course.
but
we
as
were
far as
slaves.
power, but as far as power and influence,
yeah.
we're the minority.
Yeah.
But when
But do you-
Kanye said,
but do you know
"I'm
what that-
jealous,"
do you know
I'm
why
jealous of them.
Do you know why that is? And jealousy, when somebody says I'm jealous of somebody, you should immediately question that, right?
I immediately hear Drake love and hate at the same time. I don't know why. I do.
Why don't you question that though? Like, why don't you, when somebody says I'm jealous of somebody, why don't you say, oh shit, why is he
I do.
lending that person his emotions?
So I think this might have came from Shaq. I could be wrong. Talked about jealousy in a way where I'm not envious.
It's motivating.
I'm jealous because Kaba has
I get it from them though.
Kaba has his own business, right?
I get it from them.
You know what? I'm jealous of Kaba having his own business. Damn, I'm gonna go get my own business.
I get it from them because they're competitors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Shaq is a competitor. Like Kanye. Kanye has been a fucking competitor his whole fucking
I think a lot of
life.
people are competitors in different ways.
And I think that's fine.
Right.
But why don't we, who are not those people, right? Like we should know that we're not those people. We're very different than what the fuck those people are.
What you mean?
I don't like that.
We black.
I don't. They're people.
We male.
I understand that, but do you like
Financially
when you I understand that, but when you have a Kevin Hart and you place him against a Shaq, there's 100% a visual difference, right? Isn't there?
Height wise, yeah.
Height wise, right? Like there's a visual difference between the person. I'm not talking about characteristic. I'm talking about visual,
Physical
right?
stature.
Physical stature.
Yeah.
Why is it hard to believe that there's not also a mental stature that may be involved with all of us?
All of us. Well,
Agreed.
Right.
So why is it so hard to believe that people
when
vary
I hear these
in
people,
different ways?
it's almost like they are.
I'm not placing them above. I'm just saying that they're different.
All right, no, that clarifies.
I'm just saying that they're in a different realm. Like they're famous and they're in a realm that we don't associate with. We don't go to these
Four-dimensional
parties.
chess. Yep, I get that.
It's just a different thing. I'm not saying that they're higher or lower than us. They're just a different thing.
But I think people do think like that, right? And what that does is absolve accountability. For me, it's all about accountability, right? And so I've become in the mindset of people give people influence, right? And the more we say,
Ain't even
and
people no more.
you already clarified what you meant by those people. But some people be like, yo, those people are those people in terms of celebrityism, whatever it may be. They're famous, almost as if they're not real people, right? It's like, nah, they're Hollywood, they're celebrities, and so we should never look at them as amongst us in terms of accountability, right? So they're absolved of accountability because they can do what they want because they're the elites and they have money.
I don't think they should be looked at that way either.
No, but I know people look at it that way. It's like because we
Your coach didn't tell you that?
No, because
But I don't think we should value what they say either.
People do, right? Because we give because we give them influence.
Like, I
right?
don't want to value anything Kanye says unless
y'all
it's on a
literally
record.
just
You
put
know
the
what I'm
equation
saying?
together.
So that's why people were attacking Kanye is because Kanye, you are Kanye, and you shouldn't say these things because you're Kanye. Because what you say,
Yeah, but
gives
we got
people
freedom of
influence.
speech.
But
I hear you. I hear you.
But we give them that to actually to absolve us of accountability for anything we do.
So is it a question of emotional intelligence then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it a question of we don't know how to separate a musical genius from someone that may be suffering from a certain type of trauma and speaking out too much?
I don't think you have to separate that. If Kanye West drops a classic tomorrow.
Yeah, but he hasn't, right? Like,
No.
it's been a lot. It's
Well,
been a long time.
Kanye West has dropped mad classics.
What was labeled a classic? What was the last album that was labeled a classic?
Yeezy 700 Wave Runners.
It was not labeled a classic.
Yes, it
you're talking about
is.
the sneakers.
The sneakers.
Oh, no, we're talking about
No,
albums.
you're just talking about music. I'm telling you, Kanye has dropped
you said-
classics.
No, he
You
didn't say
said-
music. He didn't say music.
I didn't say music. I
He didn't
said
say music.
classics.
He said if he drops an album tomorrow.
Right. No, I said if he drops a classic tomorrow.
He said a
Oh,
classic.
okay. I was
Yeah.
I was
But
relating
also,
to albums.
I don't like the
Gotcha.
narrative of excusing mental. Like, I don't like when people play with mental health, right? As an.
What do you mean?
As an excuse to be ignorant,
Right.
right? Like to say,
Whoa.
this is
Okay,
why I'm
we're on
saying
the same page.
I don't agree with everything Kanye says, right? But I don't like when I don't also give him an excuse, right? Don't say, well, we know he got mental health issues.
Damn.
See,
People say that though. It's like it's like, so I can come out, I can just go anywhere I want and be like, hey.
But why? But I guess the question that I'm asking is, why are we talking about this?
Thank you. You said emotional intelligence. I don't care if the man wakes up every morning and eats crayons. I don't care if he gets up every morning and just
I don't know why-
practices.
I just don't know why we're talking about
whatever
it.
his life. Well, the reason I'm talking about it is because I'm not talking about Kanye. I'm talking about what you. He said
He has
said,
created a wave though. There's a
Absolutely.
derivative.
He said
derivatives
something,
off of
right?
this shit.
You don't pause. Emotion trumps logic. Moment. It's not Kanye. I don't care what he says. It's the viewer that we're talking about, who doesn't have that pause, who emotionally lacks the intelligence to separate himself from whatever the fuck Kanye is talking about, and has to chime in. I gotta put this back out there.
But why do we
Kanye
care
that.
about that person?
Because for me, the problem I have is that the overall perspective of black people, I say me and my black people, attacking another black person when we could have paused, established our emotional intelligence, realized that we're not.
Is that your life perspective though?
No,
Does that happen in your life on a day-to-day basis?
100%. Right now, if one of y'all,
Because of my profession.
People attack black people on a day-to-day basis in your life?
No, but because of my
I
job
didn't
is
understand what you're
my
talking about. I
job.
thought you were talking about my emotional
No.
intelligence. I
My
didn't know.
job is I literally work with life and death situations, and they are black lives that are being lost.
That's attacking black life.
And that
Shit.
I get paid to do that cover. Like people, they're every day.
How are they attacking them? They're saying that they deserve that shit?
They're shooting.
This is
them.
the real attack.
They're literally
This is shit
shooting
we
them,
need
like
to be
literally
worried about.
killing black people.
We attacking Kanye. We need to be worried about that shit you do for a living.
Like
You're talking about crime.
Crime.
no, I'm talking about I get paid. My
Profession.
how I live is paid off of trying to prevent other black people from killing each other.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the question that I was asking.
That was me answering your question.
I don't think that was the question I was asking.
Ask it again. let it
You said,
out.
how does it affect your daily lives?
No. I know how it affects your daily life.
Right.
Okay.
I don't think that was the question I was asking. I was asking, do you guys face other people attacking black lives on a daily basis?
I do.
Mine. Well, no,
I face.
I know
does.
you
does.
face black lives attacking black lives on a daily
I
basis.
face other people.
Okay.
That's what you
All
got.
right.
You
Yeah,
asked if
yeah,
I
yeah.
face other people.
Yeah.
I do.
And you do. Okay.
I'll answer that question by saying voluntarily. And that's where I'm realizing.
social media?
Yes. For myself, I'm realizing
But
that
that's not
I
real,
don't
though.
need to be in this shit. I don't need to be in.
What Bubba's going through is real.
What Bubba's going through is real. I'm like, yo, call me. I got a shoulder for you, my boy. But when you ask that question, it's like I see it every day voluntarily.
Nah, man, you don't see it every
And
day.
then, oh God, yeah.
But so Common,
on the
You
internet,
see it because you want to see it
on the
every day.
internet, that's what I'm saying. Voluntarily.
this is why I try to get into
I'm about to be out of here.
space
But before I
where
go, you niggas need to stop attacking niggas. And then I'm out.
This is, like,
Because I don't see it every day.
right. I think the comment, so for me,
And I don't follow
following
a
the
lot of- I don't follow, like, a
HomeDepot.com
lot
and
of
shit.
work- Yeah, maybe I'm following.
He following woodworkers of America.
Maybe I'm following like the wrong account.
I need
bro.
your algorithm.
but I also
Like I was like online, and they were like, "You gotta stop posting videos of takeoff." And I was like, "I haven't seen a video. I haven't seen a picture. I haven't seen a GIF.
I love your world, bro. Your world,
I
my
haven't seen
bad.
any of this shit."
but I also, barbershop talk, right? There's always, not every conversation is for everybody, right?
Yep.
And I understand that. Like this, and I'm talking about subject matter,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Right.
some
It's
people,
true, though.
Some
No,
people might
that's
not
true.
care about the subject matter that we're speaking about, right?
100%.
And so I've learned to be like, all right, because there's things I hear, like in person.
And it takes a certain communication style to be able to convey something that affects a large audience,
Right.
even if it doesn't relate to them.
right. And
That's a huge
and
communication
so
style.
there's certain conversation I'd be like, I want to say something, like even online, and only to people that I know. It's never like, I don't want to go on Kanye's page and argue with people on Kanye's page, but there's certain things, because for me, when along the lines of Reem and we was talking about on Saturday in terms of divisiveness in our community, and what I hear from a community perspective is that there is no togetherness.
Right.
And I'm talking about, let's not even talk about online. I'm just talking about in person, in real life, and day to day. And I'll speak exclusively for Providence, for the people I interact with. There are pockets of togetherness in the Black community, right? We see pockets, right? You talked about all the time, we are tribal people, and people connect with people that are like-minded.
Yeah.
So that for me is not an issue.
We also come from slavery. And I don't think we give that. I think we give it
The post-traumatic. Yeah, post-traumatic.
we give it the post-traumatic
It's convenient
take.
when we want to.
No,
That's for
all
real.
of the fucking time.
I don't think
We don't all of the fucking time. We don't give it the traumatic experience that it did not only to our health, that it's still doing to our health.
I mean, we did make LeBron out of it, though.
No, we didn't.
Slavery.
Look at LeBron's lineage. No, we didn't. Africa did that motherfucker. We didn't make nothing about LeBron.
Just
bro.
view with him out here, though.
Slavery,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
slavery had nothing to do with LeBron. But
The eugenics factor.
yeah, man, we really have to. There's a lot of things that you just made a lot of points that point back to how we treated slaves. Even the way that you just spoke to how certain slaves treated certain slaves back in the day.
right.
So that it's tough for me to hear that we're blaming our culture for being ignorant about this shit. Because,
Not blaming,
because
calling it out and disagreeing with it. I don't like it.
I get it. But man,
It's programming.
do we
also-
see the propaganda
but
in this
also-
shit, bro? Do
but
we see the
also,
fucking?
my thing
do we
is-
see the game?
So continue to
do we see the real? This is not real, man. This is
continue.
bullshit.
Well, I'm taking it to a different place outside of social
bullshit.
media, and I don't know if that's what you was speaking to. For me, so if we go to Takeoff, right, and not Kanye and Kyrie, I think Kanye
Rest
and
in peace,
Kyrie
Takeoff.
is a space where the media controlled that narrative, and
I didn't need these beers.
they
Thank you, bro.
got
Us.
reprimanded because of what the media was allowed to do.
Yep. Agreed.
When I look at Takeoff's situation, it hit home for me, and it was just like, God, like this is a day-to-day occurrence of Black bodies, unfortunately, right? And we can say systems, right, of oppression. We can say slavery.
Nobody there was broke.
We can say everything, bro.
Right.
This is a life that was lost. We can say whatever the fuck
But
we
what-
want.
a
28-year-old,
right,
28.
a 28-year-old
Right.
was shot dead this day.
right. And when we
We could do whatever we
and
want
so
with that.
when
Let's also call him rap pioneer as well.
Whatever you
Like,
want.
well, not pioneer,
we can
but
do
like
whatever you want
one
with
of
that.
those,
But
like-
it's a 28-year-old life that was lost that day.
Rap
We gotta
changing
really think
impact.
about
so
it.
I want to
Historically.
get
Call them whatever you want.
I try to, so I don't want to, I'm making a suggestion, right? Because I don't want to try to convince anybody of anything. Because the more you try to convince somebody that don't want to be convinced, you're just going to, right?
Bumper.
I'm suggesting that we don't remove labels.
We don't remove labels,
Remove
or
labels
just
because
yeah, okay.
if you put in the headlines, rap superstar, rap star, Takeoff.
Yep.
They blame what they see first, rap.
Yep.
If you just had put his real name,
When you say they though, that's the part where I want you to also put in
everybody.
the lack of that pause and emotional intelligence.
But
I
I
can
want-
read rap and think a rapper got killed. Oh, what rap shit happened? Then I read what happened. I'm like, this ain't rap shit.
But no, and I'm not even
rap.
going to say that. When I say everybody, I'm talking about everybody. I'm not going to even just say Black people because
Right,
I think
everybody.
social media is a space that people use. But I don't want to. I don't want to devalue the influence of things that happen outside of social media.
The real world.
Conversations that happen in group chats, conversations, because what we read and digest also becomes a part of us at some point, right? And our thought process.
Yep.
We don't think of it that way, but yes.
And so,
What we read is the same as what we eat.
right.
And our belly hurts when we eat a lot of stupid shit.
And our brains hurt.
And we don't see it that way.
Right.
Because we think we have control.
No, we don't.
And that's fine.
Right.
Yeah. That's like the second greatest lie, right?
It's not good, man. It's not like, again, I don't even know why we're talking about this. Like, it's just not, this isn't productive. I don't even know how much time we've spent on this topic.
What is this?
Whatever this is. Like,
See,
I don't
this
even
is-
know what this is.
You can't, all right.
I don't know what this is. That's the problem. Like, I don't know what we're talking. I
kinda
don't
makes sense
really
to me,
know
too.
what we're talking about.
I know.
What
I know.
are we talking about?
In my mind, I just want to call to arms. A lot of what I think both of you have said is the social media shit is not real. Take time to pause before you respond on social media because there are real life consequences to that cancel culture. And when you just said, you hit the nail on the head, you're like, you think it's perceived power. Being a part of that mob that's dismantling something feels like you're empowered. Like, I'm part of it. I was the one that took this and it went viral and took such and such down. But that for me is what I'm talking about here is it's not real. It's not true anyway. Take time, pause, think through. Go through your emotional intelligence.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Swayed.
When y'all see something that's either trending or popular or that everybody's talking about, what's your first thought?
Entertainment.
Cheeks. I don't even know.
And then what's your first action?
If it pops up on my
Have fun
timeline,
with this.
it can get a double tap.
Have fun with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get a double tap.
Depends on what it is.
See, I have a completely. What do you mean by that?
Depends on what it is.
Something that
What's trending?
interests
What do you
the
respond
populace. Something that interests.
to? No, I would ask, what do you respond to?
Nah, because who knows what he. But something that maybe that responds to the populace of your inner circle. Something that lends a response.
The use
to
of the word nigger has increased 500% on Twitter since
which it
Elon
has,
Musk
which
bought
it has, by the
Since
way.
your boy took over.
Right,
Which it has,
since
by the way.
Elon did that. Right? It's not my boy. I'm a gay guy.
Which it has, by
It's
the
his
way.
boy.
You guys love
Is that a bad
football.
thing? Is that a bad thing?
What?
That word has increased by 500% since he took over?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Has it?
Know what? You know what hasn't increased 500%?
Has it?
I guess that's what it. That's
Oh,
what
it's
they
just a
said.
wild number like that.
Oh, I really,
There's
I don't
examples.
know.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
it's but
I don't know how true.
you know what hasn't increased? Somebody saying nigga in my face.
Yep.
See, you know what I'm saying? That hasn't increased 500%.
But that's a good statement that you just made. Because this is where I'm going with this. Right?
It can't be this or that though, Reem.
That's
Why?
what I'm saying.
If you see somebody put nigger on the timeline, you don't like the word nigger, you should be saying something.
Why are we
No.
talking about this? Is what I'm saying.
Why would I say something?
Because you just complained about
I said don't say. My whole thing was don't say anything unless it pertains to the progression for me and who I perceive to be mine. I'm not responding to it. Like, you post nigga online, I'm just like, eh. Now if it's like one of my, and I'm just gonna say it's a white friend, he posts nigga online. So whatever it is, he goes on a rant.
No. Say it's Yeezy. Adidas gets pulled because he posts nigga online.
No. Because I'm going to tell you how I work with it. This is my emotional intelligence. If a white friend of mine posted something that I thought was racially insensitive, bothered me, I'm not taking that post, reposting it, and bashing my man. I'm calling him up like, yo, fuck is that? I'm in his DM.
Yeah, but you have access to him.
You have access to Kanye. You can DM him.
You can call him.
You can call Kanye right now on Instagram.
Why would you?
He ain't gonna pick up. But all I'm
What
saying
are
is
we
that I address that. I address that directly. If a random person says nigga online, niggas trending up 500% on Twitter, I stop and think, oh, we got to shut down Twitter because they don't respect nigga. I'm not going to do that. I'm just like, I don't know. It's not moving my life. No. Scroll.
I'm gonna ask a question. I do want to respond to you comment, not in the sense like not negatively.
No.
Like, and then I'll get back to you, right? In terms of
So look at nigga one,
Yeah.
nigga two.
1, 2. I'm gonna get both of y'all right now.
in terms of like takeoff situation, and because there's a trickle down effect for that, and I see it where. Or even in terms of rap music, and I'm not blaming rap music, but it does have an influence in terms of the amount of guns that crews that I see now feel like they have to have. And then not the amount of guns, but just the amount of ammo they need to have, right? And the type of guns.
Remember when we bought them bullets?
And
Where they getting bullet money from?
because they're not
Black market.
right. And not even black market. Like there's people out there selling them, right?
100%.
And the amount of black people getting killed is a problem, right? And in terms of a platform that we have, I think it's that serious that it needs to be talked about every day. It shouldn't be when somebody gets killed. I mean, for the fact that it is the number one leading cause of death for black men in this country amongst all other 9 leading causes of death.
Bob, I'm so in agreement with you. This is what I want to see on my timeline. Talk about that.
Right.
Don't talk to me about what Kanye West said about Jewish people.
But
Don't waste your energy talking about that.
But I think all of it comes together in terms of the divisiveness, right? And yes, does most of it
Amongst ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of when we talk about
Like gangs.
social status, right?
Okay.
That creates violence
Yep.
in our community. And violence of all kind, right? Social status does that because so when we see black folks in this particular place as a celebrity, we want that, right? We want to achieve that. And then once somebody achieves that, because America has a violent culture,
That's a fact.
like when we talk about mental health, right? Mental health is a thing that happens across the globe. Probably, and this research shows that it's more severe in other countries,
Propaganda.
right? What we have
Mental
to
health or that statement?
mental health
100%.
is propaganda.
100%. But go ahead. I 100% think that mental health is a thing.
Yeah,
It's not like, I'm not saying that mental health,
The way it's weaponized is propaganda.
the way it's being,
right.
how we're using it.
But that's why I said
today.
I don't like when
Propaganda.
Kanye goes on these rants. Oh, he has mental health issues. No, he's fucking saying.
It sounds sane.
If you disagree, you feel like he's saying ignorant shit. And if you disagree, he's saying ignorant shit. If you agree, he's saying something you agree with, but don't blame it on mental health.
I don't think he's mentally unhealthy. I just
No,
think
that's
he's an
what,
idiot.
that's what I'm saying. And so
I think he's
I
a
do
genius.
agree with you how
I think he's a genius,
That's it.
and
Just
neither
like-
one of us has tweeted or posted
No.
that on our.
No.
You think he's an idiot? I think he's a genius.
No,
and
whatever.
any
agree to
term becomes
disagree.
propaganda. I think reentry services is propaganda, right? The way it's being used.
Re-entry services? What's
People
that?
coming home from prison and
Re-entry into society.
Oh, okay.
organizations will get reentry service type dollars, but don't, whatever, right?
100%. Anything that has to do with prison.
And
is
so, like,
propaganda.
we go back and we talk about mental health, right? If we talk about it, it's everywhere. But we have to acknowledge some things that America has a very heavy gun culture where it's part of the fucking amendments.
And an addiction to violence.
An addiction to violence, which leads to now we have an insane amount of access to guns, right?
And access to view the violence.
And then you think about impoverished communities, underserved communities, which is mostly black and brown communities, are pinned against each other, and we have this culture of violence where we believe, or now we feel, that if me and you have a disagreement, I have to kill you. And it's really simple as that. Like, if you talk to any of these guys, why you got beef with Kava? Disrespected me. All right, let's break that down. What did he do to disrespect me?
Nigga said mental health was propaganda.
100%.
I wasn't with it.
It could be that. It could be like it literally could be something
Yeah.
small, right? Call me a bitch.
Yep.
And where I'm from, you call me a bitch, I gotta pop you.
Yep.
Right? And so now when we see all of these things, like I look at things like when people say, well, racism is the reason why black kids are shooting each other. Resources are the reason why black kids are shooting each other. Part of it is that, but not all of it. Because if you ask them why you want to kill Reem, because I ain't got a job. It ain't that. Why you want to kill Reem? Because Reem got a job and I didn't get one.
Right.
Like, it's none of those
I think if
things.
people read a book,
Huh?
they'd be able to understand exactly what the fuck is going on right now.
I think that takes too long.
I disagree with that.
Oh, you're
But
a
I
fast reader.
But nope. I'm
Nah,
a
I'm
very,
fucking with
I'm a
you. I'm
very
fucking
slow
with you.
reader, man. I don't read that many books a
The
year.
reason why I say that
But-
takes too long is
One book ain't gonna do
realistically,
it.
how many books you going to give out to black communities?
The reason why I disagree with that is because the progress that we have made, or that the culture has made,
Have we progressed?
by not following people that have read books and by not classifying these people as leaders. We have in some occasions, right? We definitely have in some occasions. I'm not saying that hasn't happened. But by not doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice, man. By not seeing how history has affected how you're thinking today to make you judge how you're like, why do I feel this way? Well, this is the reason why I feel this way, is because there's a lineage.
But just think about the lack of access to resources to those books that you're talking.
I don't think that there's a lack of access, man. I don't think that there's a lack of access at all. I mean, from a underprivileged,
If I break it down real minuscule,
from an
you'll be like,
underprivileged
there is.
perspective,
There is.
100%.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know
and
what
that's
I'm
the
saying?
population that would
Yeah,
I think it's almost
100%.
twofold though.
But
the lack.
that's where I think we should be focusing our efforts.
I like that.
I think we should be focusing our efforts in these places, because I remember not having the resources that I needed when I was younger, because I felt like I thought that I was thinking differently than other people. And I remember thinking like, fuck, I wish that I knew who to talk to about why I'm thinking about things this way, right? I wish I knew where to go, how to get access
Right.
to people that knew, instead of seeing the same bullshit all the time that I really just wasn't with. Like, I'm just not like, that doesn't make any sense to me, especially from the shit that I'm reading. This is not the way. Why aren't we learning? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but
it was like,
it's
it was
twofold.
one of, it's manyfold.
Many folds, but you're
It's
talking
manyfold,
about
but
lack
it's-
of resources and distractions. I'd rather you be up here talking about Kanye than reading a fucking book.
That's fine.
I don't want to be. I want to be reading
That's
a book.
fine. But what I've been asking since the beginning of this shit is, why are we talking about this, right? Because why aren't we talking about ways for us? Why aren't we talking about that?
Because
Why
we don't get there until we.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't
But
get here
why-
until we have that conversation.
But why do we have this? Why do we haven't done anything with this conversation? I don't know how long it's been since we've been talking
we're
about
here
this
now.
conversation.
I-
I feel,
we're
I
here.
feel great about it.
We're definitely
We're
here,
here,
now.
right?
We're definitely
and
here now.
I think that's why. So for me, it's accountability. And I know early on when I started doing the work, I would jump on Facebook and like, you just don't care enough, right? If I post something that I responded to the hospital, young man gets killed. Comments come in. This is crazy. Another life lost. When is this going to stop, right? But I also had to get into a space that everybody doesn't have access to the community that I do, right? Everybody can't come out into the streets and walk the streets at night and hang with the young guys and talk to them and go into the house. Everybody has other shit going on. And I had to understand that and realize that I'm in a place of privilege in the sense that I can do this work on a day-to-day basis.
And you want to.
And it's also, so when I say accountability, it's on many fronts as to what you're talking about, right? Like, so if there's somebody that has the knowledge that you have, we need to share that, right? Like, in terms of social media, we know that's where people are at, right? And we can't always, we can call Kanye on IG, but he ain't gonna pick that up, right? Like, so we don't have that access to people, but we all have a platform.
And it should be access to self. Why am I calling Ye?
No, but what I'm saying is we all have a platform. I'm talking about in terms of accountability, we all have a platform because we all have social media, right? And you never know who's reading it, right? So if Kaba went on there and said, hey, I think y'all should read this book because I feel like this, or I suggest that because what I read in this book, this is what the content is, and I think this can help us. Whatever it may be, and I'm just throwing out a caption. In my head, I would say Kaba did his part. If that was something he continuously did, read this book. Because you never know who might pick, you know what? That looks like a good book. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to read it. And it might change their thought process because we just said what we digest mentally can change our thought pattern.
I love this conversation. I don't know.
I just don't, I'm not in agreement when people absolve, like, give responsibility to somebody else, right? To somebody that jumps on social media and says something crazy, and we're like, well, that's just divisive to black people. Well, why are we giving, to your point, like, that's not a real space. Why do we feel like we need to comment on that? That probably just fucked up your day by that person just jumping on there saying something for 3 minutes, and you really listen to all 3 minutes, and you're like,
now I got to do something.
Yeah, man. Like I just don't know how Kyrie Irving affects your space.
who?
Kyrie Irving.
Oh no, he didn't affect.
No.
I just don't understand how he affects your space.
When we say that, are we talking about like his post or the response to his post?
I said Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
I don't know how
yes.
Kyrie Irving affects his space.
Yes.
I don't know that.
That's what I'm getting
And
at.
to be honest, I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not saying that nobody should, and I'm not saying nobody shouldn't. I don't know why anybody should fucking care.
I'm with you.
So I don't know.
I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't know how
Okay.
throughout this whole conversation, I'm like, I think the three of us are in like real synergy right here.
I think the best way to change the world is to start by you.
Right.
I think that's the best way to change the world.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't think that you need to post how you're changing the world. I don't think that you need to exemplify how you're changing the world. I don't think that you need to be I don't think that you need to advertise how you're changing the world. I think you need to fucking change your world.
Right.
And that's how you fucking change the world. That's the secret that nobody has ever told any of you motherfuckers. And until you get that shit drilled in your head, and you may disagree with me 100%, but until you get that shit drilled in your head that the only way that you get to change your world is by how you fucking how you manage your world.
I'm about to get a BLM shirt for Bayon's Life Matters.
That's it.
That's it,
man. Like,
I start here, and
I think
hopefully with your life.
I do believe there is some reality to social media.
Yeah, 100%.
And
That's fine.
I believe
I respect that 100%.
and I believe it because I've seen it happen, right? Like I believe social media could change things in a positive way, right? We have control over what we choose to follow, what we choose to like, what we choose to comment on.
Them suggested reels. There'd be some shit now. Like, when did I get the skin popping thing? Like, for no reason at all, I get mad skin popping.
That's different in terms of like you didn't press, and you actually did press by algorithm wise. You did if you like this thing so many times, this pops up on your feed, right?
Pimple removal.
But so what I'm saying is you didn't choose that. What I'm talking about is like if you start an IG today and you stop following people, you chose to follow those people.
And then
Now
about
the
You also don't know what the people that you are following follow.
Right.
So if they follow pimple removal, You're getting
But the
people.
platform,
Get mad people.
Yeah.
the platform picked those algorithms, right? And so that's what they throw on your feed. But what I'm saying is I think there's multiple ways. I do agree with you, Kaba, in terms of, because I think how we talk in our group chats, right? That doesn't need to be put out to the world, but how we talk.
Thankfully.
No. What I'm saying is, in terms of what Kaba's saying, for me, our group chat is part of my world. You
Right.
are part of my world. And how we talk in our group chats can change things, right? Because you have a son, you have family, right? You have family. Like, no, I was gonna. We all have webs. Like we web off, right? Because we're connected to other people. Now, if we decided to just talk about bullshit in the group chat, and then we take that bullshit and we talk about it with our families, we take that bullshit, right? That causes something, whatever it may be. When I say accountability, I am starting with self first, who we are. Now, in terms of me, I'll put certain things on social media in terms of positive messaging because that's just what I do. And there is a reaction to it because I've had people come up to me, yo, Bub, I needed that message today. Yo, the messages that you put out. I've had people hit me up when I don't post for a certain time. Yo, Bub, you good? Because, so I do believe social media can have an effect.
In your world.
Right. In my world.
Your immediate
right?
world, yeah.
I'm just not in agreement when we hear something, we see something, we blame, when you can have an impact, to Kaba's point, in your world.
Right.
Because I've had guys say, my household is fine. I take care of my kids are doing right, blah, 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 blah. That's great. And I'm like, keep doing that because your kids are going to go out into the world. You have family that you're connected to. And I just believe in good energy. And if you put it out there, I believe good things can happen.
No, I'm with that. Again, positively using the internet. I'm like preaching to nobody because
Or not using
it's not
internet.
gonna
I don't
happen.
care if you use the internet or not. I'm not saying you have to.
Right. But it's just not. I just wish for me and mine, and it starts in this world here. Megatron already know. Even y'all, I talk to y'all. I would be weirded out if I went on Kaba's page, and Kaba had a post up of Kanye West, and he was or Kyrie or Dwayne Wade, even better, Dwayne Wade, and he's wilding on transgender identification. If you were doing that on your page, I would just call Kaba, what the fuck going on in your world, bro? Why would you, even if you felt that way, why would you do that? Me, it's just a call to arms to be more aware of the energy you put into the internet or social media, especially when it's in a moment where a black man or woman is being dismantled.
You see, this is where I disagree. Because I see the internet as, and maybe this is the way that I see the internet, but I see the internet as the town hall. And that means that if you want to come there and scream whatever the fuck.
Let's call them niggers.
If you want to come there and you want to scream the worst fucking obscenity that you ever screamed.
You don't even got to do that. You just want to come there and you just want to.
I also want to see how that's being, how that's going to be intellectually torn down. And when I don't see that and I just see emotions flying, I'm like, this is just not for me. Because
I'm not going to town hall.
Because there's nobody, everybody's just being emotionally driven by.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Come on, man. We're just gonna let a word do that? Just a word? Right. A word's gonna do that.
Right.
Then you're not strong enough to be part of my circle. Then it's not gonna be a thing.
A picture of a movie.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a thing.
A picture of a movie.
And it doesn't mean that you're less of anything. It just means that, what did Dave Chappelle say? You have a brittle spirit, man.
Yeah,
You got
easily
a brittle
influenced.
spirit, man. You're brittle. You're a soft human being, man. You haven't gone through a lot. Man. You're too soft. You got to go through a lot of more. You got to go through a couple more things.
Can I pivot real quick and ask a question that Tony Baker made me think of? He said that Takeoff got 1 million more followers after he died.
He's a comedian, isn't he?
Yeah. Does the voiceovers?
He did. Somebody posted it. Somebody posted is the difference between when he died, before he died, and then when he died. The amount. I don't remember the amount, but it did went up.
It kind of goes back to when you were saying like the country is. We have this attraction,
But it
almost
does happen,
obsession
right?
to
Like,
violence.
certain rappers died, their streams went up, right?
That part I can get. I'll listen to the music again.
Why wouldn't you get
Tupac's Instagram page would have definitely gone up.
All I'm saying
Absolutely.
is that I'm listening.
It would have been crazy.
But listening to the music after someone dies, I expect the streams to go up because oh my.
But if we're
nigga,
talking about the
to that.
internet and people's fascination
But-
with the
but-
internet,
but
I
to-
expect somebody's followers to go up.
But to follow that, you didn't follow them before, so nothing's gonna change after they died.
Yeah, but
didn't
that's
listen
not
to
that's
him
not your
before.
culture though.
Right.
What do you mean?
You're not part of that culture.
You're not. You wasn't born without the internet. You were born in
It's
the
a-
age
it's a-
I was
before
born
the
without
internet.
You're right.
Yeah.
So you were born in the age.
You don't understand it.
You don't-
Why
Yeah,
people
that's
would
what
do
I'm
it.
saying.
There
I
were
don't understand
There
it.
were people that were born.
Reem, it's not for you to understand.
Yeah, this is not for you, bro.
There's some, that's why I said certain conversations
This
are
is
not
not-
for
yeah,
everybody.
it's not for
Certain
you,
things
bro.
are not.
It's not-
Like there's
you
certain
shouldn't-
things
you
I'm like,
shouldn't-
you know what? I don't
but-
understand
yeah.
that. But I don't want to mess up my brain.
Help me
Why-
at least.
why
I
you-
can't help me at least stay confused, right? Where
I'm confused too.
you had every opportunity until the day he
No, you
died to
didn't.
Why are we
follow
talking
him.
about
I didn't know him. There's people that didn't know Takeoff.
No, not to know him, but you like the Migos.
bro.
There's people probably that didn't know
You're
the
talking.
Migos,
You're
bro.
talking to people that did not follow Takeoff
So why?
afterwards.
Right. So why?
So we're not
Right.
going to be able to answer you.
It's the same thing with the music.
But
If
If the person dies,
but
I
you-
didn't know him before. Like there was I've seen a lot of black
No, but
people
the
that I
music,
know.
the,
We're
mu-
having
the
a
music
conversation we
moved you
shouldn't
before
have.
he died. If you listen to Pac before he died,
No,
you listen to Pac more after he died.
When
Migos moved me before
Nipsey
I-
got killed, right? I knew a lot of dudes, a lot of black guys here locally. It was like, yo, I never listened to Nipsey until he
Until
died.
he got killed.
Right.
And I would go listen
Me.
to the music.
The same
I did
thing-
that with Triple X, but I wouldn't
I don't
follow
listen to Nipsey.
a dead man's Instagram page.
Like Kaba said,
What's gonna happen
you're
on
not
that
part of
page,
culture.
bro?
You're not
Like,
part of that culture.
But that's again.
What's
this
on
is-
that page?
This is the thing.
and who knows?
Why are you wasting your time
knows if
trying
those
to
are not bots?
understand?
Right.
Trying to understand why why people are following. Don't waste.
It's
you're
not that-
wasting your time.
It's not
bro.
about the
And
people.
we don't know if
This is
Instagram
not-
profits off
You
that.
say it's a
not-
waste of time, right? I don't know if it's bots or not, but this is also, and again, because
Why
I
is this
can't.
important? How
Because
does this make
it's
your
a-
life any better?
It doesn't make it any better, but the question I
Then why
have
are you
is
doing this?
because I want to understand human behavior now. To your point,
then
I
how
was
does
born
this, How does
before.
this make your understanding of human behavior any
I
better?
don't understand it.
Then why are you doing this?
No, if I stop asking
No,
the
I think
question for
people do-
everything I didn't
people do have
understand,
interest
I
in
would.
things that
Yeah.
potentially they don't understand.
If I stop that, I would
But
just
that's what
stop.
I'm asking.
What would
But
make
what is it
what would
about
make a
this
million
that makes
people?
you interested?
Because I'm trying to understand how are people dealing with death of, I guess, just popular mainstream death and social. I don't need to really know, but it just when I heard it, it popped out. It was weird to me. I was like, all right, I didn't follow Takeoff before he died. He died. I'm not gonna follow Takeoff now.
But-
I just like some of the music that I like from him, and that's that.
We've all seen
But
accounts
why
that
would a
have
million more people?
we've all seen accounts that have survived past the death of the person. Right?
Well, what are you waiting for on that? What's coming on? Is he going?
Why are those accounts surviving, right?
But you also
It's not surviving. It's not him.
You're
He's
al-
dead.
You're also,
Right.
but you're
The
also
account is somebody completely different.
right.
No, so Kaba,
So why would I sign on now when I
so
know
Kaba
it's
asked a
not the
question
person?
earlier, right? Like,
Right.
I know it's not the person. Why would I do it?
You're
No.
getting to my hand. You're getting
But-
to
But
my
then
but
that
hand.
brings
also-
me back to human behavior.
But
Why
also-
are humans even doing
but
this?
also
But you
I
gotta
would assume that Takeoff even ran his own page.
right?
We're also assuming that there might not be more posts on Takeoff's page after his passing, and so people might.
But
wanna,
we know it's not Takeoff.
fam. We also know
It's
that
weird to
we
me.
There's a
also
lot of
know
pages that are not the person that
we
people follow.
also know that there's bots, right? And we also know that the music industry does shit in order to make money, right? Like this is,
Right.
do we not like this is corporate America?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
This is corporate America. This is quality music.
You're talking about human behavior, but you're disqualifying the internet when you're saying like you're not.
It's disqualifying
when you're saying
technology.
human behavior,
I don't know what it is.
you're not. You're talking apples and oranges because this is not human behavior. This is the internet. This is not human behavior.
It's the
This is
internet
not- no, wait, come on,
empowered
come on,
by
come on.
humans.
This
bro.
this is not.
So you're telling me
This is
there's not
empowered by bots. I can create a bot right now. I can create 15 bots.
Who created the
right
bot?
now?
Who created the bot?
Me.
Human.
I can wait.
Human.
Wait.
Human.
Wait. I can create.
part I get.
I can create a bot right now that will learn. Your behavior or your behaviors.
I think Reem's saying
to
who
the-
created the bot.
To the point. No, that's
even that.
fine.
Not
That's-
even that.
No,
I got another
Humans
question
created
for
the
you.
bot.
that's fine. We can get to the root and
I
humans
wanna-
created the bot. But what I'm saying
created
is,
the bot?
what I'm saying is,
To follow.
what I'm saying is, what we're talking about right now could be a derivative of bots. When you're saying millions of people follow Takeoff, how many of those people were bots?
Kaba, you're aiding me in my understanding right now because again, I don't know
all
if
I'm
they're bots or
saying-
not.
So all I'm saying is we're paying attention to numbers, and we're calling it human behavior.
I'm not saying that.
Listen, but then what are you saying?
I'm saying I think it's weird. His number of followers would go up 1 million after he died. It brings into question
But you're-
human behavior.
It does.
You're telling me it could
But
be
you're thinking
human or
about
it could
it
be
from a-
bot.
you're
I don't
thinking
know.
about it from a
I hope
million
it's bot.
people.
I hope it's bot.
That's crazy to think about it from a million people, bro. Like when we know what the music industry is doing.
And I get that. I hope it's all bots.
I think
I
what
hope
Reem-
that
what
for
Reem is
humanity is
saying
not
is-
doing that.
Like there's people that have just interest in things that have no impact on their world at all. Because it's just an interest. Like that's interesting to me. So I just wanted to learn more about it. And Reem is saying, if it is people, I'm just interested in the psychology as
Right.
to why you would follow somebody after they die.
Right.
Okay.
I don't think that
And I am
reflects-
saying if Bugs Bunny is real, I'm wondering why he's so interested in carrots.
Then that could be an interest.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It don't have to be anything complex than that.
That's fine.
No. I'm worried.
That's fine.
I want a global moment of silence when I go. I hope my followers go up 1 million. Y'all
I
niggas
hope
better put
his-
some
I
bots
hope-
together. Now
I
that
hope
Kaba
his
made it
carrots-
sound so
I hope
easy,
Bugs Bunny's
I better get
carrots
some
taste
bots,
fucking-
bro.
I'm going
Amazing,
to Alex
bro.
and
You know
getting
what I'm
death threat.
Yo, if my followers don't go up 1 million, Kaba, and I go before you, fuck you, bro. I'm telling you from heaven. You should
I
have
don't
made
care when I go.
10,000 bots
Can I-
and ran my followers up to 1 million.
I don't care when I go.
1,000.
I don't care
Can
when
I
I
ask
go.
a question? What have y'all been doing the last 2 weeks? I ain't seen y'all. Yeah.
Yo, I was on that. Yo.
And tearing quads.
No, I've been in a serious rabbit hole.
What's
Serious
that?
rabbit hole.
What's going on there? You getting
FBI,
carrots.
CIA. I've been in a serious rabbit hole.
Why? How does that impact your world, Kava? No, I'm just joking.
Nah. How does it impact your world?
I can tell you
my shit
exactly
was a
how it
joke.
impacts my
This is
world.
how septic tanks came to be, and I
I can
got
tell you.
septic.
I can
Kava,
tell you how
I
exactly. it
have
impacts my
like when you asked that question the other day, I was just like, this is Kava. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not upset.
world. It wasn't a bad
No,
question.
it wasn't.
What question did I ask?
No,
About the
I don't want to dig too deep into the question, but it's like, now I start to try to think like you, and I know I can't. But that's why I laughed at Reem. Like,
Why not? It's a simple way of thinking. It's just asking questions.
comment is nothing about your brain simple.
It's simple.
No.
It's very simple.
Because we think we know more about Kava than we think we know. We don't know Kava.
What do you mean? You know me.
No, but when you assume something, then you don't know Kava. If you're assuming that Kava's upset by asking this question, then you don't know Kava.
No, I'm not upset. Not
Right.
on text messages.
Right.
Because you're not gonna see. You're
Because
not gonna see
worst
if I'm
case
upset.
scenario,
How do I express my?
But worst case scenario,
All uppercase.
no, but worst case scenario, you're not gonna respond in the chat and ask anything. Right? Like that's how I look at it. Like if Kava's asking something, you're really asking. Like it's as simple as the question that you're asking. That's just how I.
I do just the
I
opposite.
don't.
in the way that
I don't
think.
attach an emotion to the question because it's text.
Well, I'm not trying
nigga's
to. I'm not trying
emotional,
to
bro.
trigger an emotional response either.
No, that's how I'm
Like
taking it.
I'm really not.
That's how I'm taking it. I'm like, if you say that I do, so I said you did. I said our group chat is very diverse. If you're asking me,
Yeah.
but you didn't ask me. He was like,
I'll
I'm gonna ask a question.
I'll
What is
ask.
diversity?
What is diversity?
And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's really asking what I mean by diversity.
100%.
Simple and plain.
100.
I didn't
I'm
go.
like,
I
this
didn't,
nigga getting slick.
No,
I'm getting slick on the text messages right now. Trying to be fucking funny.
he attached. He
Old
attached. He
triple
attached an
entendre
emotion
ass
to it.
nigga.
Because this is the reason why.
But no, Reem was already emotionally charged anyway.
And I do it with us.
But
Do
get,
it on the
get
net.
where I'm going. Get where I'm going. I'm at the gym, right? And I'm looking.
But I don't know where you're at.
No, nobody knows where I'm
Right,
at.
right.
Nobody knows where I'm at.
Could've been
That's
a
why.
bot.
That's why I'm setting the scene right now, right? Like, I just got up, went on my phone, and I noticed that you sent a text message at 2:40 something in the morning, right? So I'm like, holy shit, Reem sent something at 2:40. Isn't he working today?
There's no
Isn't
sleep.
his first day back today on Wednesday?
no
So then
sleep,
so then when I said that, I made myself laugh in my head. Like I was like, oh, if I said that out loud and they were here and I was at the podcast, that would be funny. So I scrolled, and I'm scrolling, and I'm like, this looks like a bad Twitter feed.
Yeah.
So that's why I said what
So
I said.
I was right.
No, he went to his 3-minute stretch.
So I figured you scrolled, and that's why you laughed because when I scrolled,
I'm 100% correct. You said the chat looks like a bad Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Yes. Now you're not saying. No. You're saying that our conversation is a bad Twitter feed.
I'm on there though.
And then I know. And then that's when I say,
But
you can contribute.
No, but I think
I'm on there.
And you're like, of course I can. Did I say I couldn't? So we're on the same wave.
No, but I
understand. But
I
I don't
understood what he
understand.
meant by bad Twitter. Like I
A
took
bad
that.
Twitter feed to him is all this Negro talk. Race bait,
No,
this, that,
no.
third bait.
It was very emotional. It was a very emotional Twitter
Emotional.
feed. It was a very. I didn't say by bad. I meant it was like it looked like a novella of women.
There goes the
gossip.
miscommunication.
No, but
Your
that's why I
definition
added-
of
that's
bad.
why-
This was like a bad, and it was only because I did the scroll, and then it did the hourglass, and I did the scroll again. I was like, we've been talking
no,
about.
but that's why.
crazy.
That's why I said it was
definition
very
of bad.
diverse.
That's-
Because I went
that's
through
what
it.
it
Because then I put the dude HD in there, right?
Yeah.
Reem's rap was in there. I'm like, what's
I
talking about?
I misunderstood
And then
bad.
I really went back to the video you put of the Asian one. I was like, oh no,
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we look at it,
But I was like,
yo,
that shit
this
is
not
diverse.
good.
I thought,
This isn't
because I
good.
thought the Asian woman, the comedy. I don't want to go backwards, but
Yeah.
I want to talk about your rabbit hole. But like we went, I was like, yo, that shit. I'm showing Missy. I'm like, yo, this shit is we're cracking up.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious.
But the FBI.
But that
Yo,
was, that
when
was,
I looked at the Asian one, I was like, this is a bad Twitter feed. But yo, I'm telling you, that's
That's
the,
what I'm saying.
that's
That's
the
what I'm saying.
You know what the miscommunication was? Bad. When he said bad,
you took it personal.
it wasn't like our. I didn't take it personal for me. Like he's saying I'm bad. He's saying like our
Like, fuck us.
topics
Yeah.
are.
You think I'm
bad.
better than
Like
y'all?
we, like no,
y'all
like,
wasting my time.
We should be
reading
putting
this
up
shit.
different and better content. You're like, no, nigga, the content itself
Only
is
person,
bad.
only person that
This is bad.
Kaba doesn't trust
So
is
it's
not
not like a
reading
good
it.
world out there.
Only person that Kaba doesn't trust and ain't reading this shit is F. No.
Yeah.
Everything.
But you said your week the last 2 weeks you went down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, what's in that hole, bro?
Oh, just that none of this is real. I keep saying that, and I don't know how to. I don't
How that
know how to
quadricep
articulate
feel?
it.
Right.
I don't know how to
Quadricep
articulate
real?
it. To a point. Is it
it-
real to you?
Is it
Yeah,
not real?
my
to
man's
you?
hurt.
Huh?
My man is hurt.
How real is it to you?
I mean, I ain't gonna cry about it.
You could run. You could run around the block, right?
Yeah, but if you needed my shoulder, I'd be like, nah, it's real. To
I
me.
get it. I get it. But that's extreme, isn't it?
What? Your leg?
I'm just saying.
His leg.
Like I've been on.
But I think sometimes there's an emotional attachment to things, right? Like so, like
I think that's what makes it. That's what
I'm
makes.
hurting for you.
That's what makes us.
Empathy.
Empathy makes it real. But if we remove that shit,
That's real for you, ain't
it's
it?
not real.
But if you,
it's
but,
not real,
But if
man.
you can't remove it,
Huh? Then it's real for you.
right?
Yeah, then it's real for you, and that's fine.
So
I don't have to live through you, but that's,
no.
that's,
But
that's
I
fine
think,
that it's
I
real.
think in terms,
I think a lot
in
of
terms of reality, perception, right?
Yeah.
Is different to different
that's
people.
That's the
If you
reason
say
why a lot of
Too
people.
quiet for me,
That's,
Al.
that's
If
the
you
reason
say
why
certain things are
freaking
not
me
real
out.
to you, then that's specific to you,
100%.
right? But if you say the internet's not real, and somebody that grew up in this era of the internet, they're like, you're bugging.
It doesn't even matter if it's real. It has real consequences.
I understand what they're saying when they're saying you're bugging.
Money's
And they
not real.
and they can say that, and that's fine.
But what that does is not, for me, it won't create a healthy dialogue, right? It creates this.
That's fine. I'm not trying to have a dialogue with people that it creates that with.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nas says,
your
one of
time,
my
it's your
biggest
space.
creations was my kids and my boundaries. 100%, man. I have boundaries.
bar.
If you crash against one of my boundaries, then it's not for you to come in.
Right.
And that's
That's okay. That's not violent.
I'm
that's
not
not
here to
angry.
save
That's
everybody, bro.
Right.
That's not. You know
agree
what
to
I'm saying?
disagree. Let's stop talking about it. Type
Yeah,
shit. I
man. Like
get you.
it's cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't disagree with you when you say that.
No, but
I'm
this
fine
is-
with that.
But I think this lends to.
It's all
Again,
fake.
I'm going to go backwards. But I
You gotta
think,
define all fake to me eventually.
So this is what I mean by that. This is what I mean. Once you start to apply emotion, once you start to become emotionally invested in something, you have to ask yourself the question of how much of this really affects my life, and how much of this do I want to invest to the point where I'm sacrificing time,
Yep.
whatever that time is, 30 seconds, a minute, an hour. I'm sacrificing that time, and I'm sacrificing that time away, again, 30 seconds, a minute, an hour, from something that may be productive, right? Something that, all right, maybe let's call it entertainment. Let's even call it entertainment. Let's say entertainment is valuable, right? And we need a certain amount of entertainment. How much of that entertainment are we going to be able to entertain and then turn off emotionally to the point where we can dedicate 100% of our time and focus
On things that are real. When you say it's not real, you're saying the internet or social media is not real?
It's not real, I'm saying it's not real to me.
What is it? Like, are you...
Any of the shit.
This shit is, again, is it social
Our
media
conversation.
shit?
All of this shit. None of this shit is real to me.
You and I are
None of this
tangent
shit.
right now having
None
a
of this shit.
conversation.
None of this shit.
define real.
This
What is real?
Right. None of this shit is real to me.
So
What is-
time
what is-
spent with your brothers is not real.
unless I'm emotionally invested. I'm emotionally invested, right? So to
Yeah.
me, this is emotionally. I love this. I love when we pod.
This is real
to me.
to you. Okay,
To me.
good. Okay, I just want to make sure.
To me.
It's real enough that you are taking time away from
To
shit
me.
you could be doing for yourself
To me.
be here.
But
to you,
I
it's real.
cannot prove that this is real
To the listener that
in
hears
reality
that.
to everyone.
All right.
I don't have that proof. I don't have that proof. I don't know how to prove that. So because I don't know how to prove that, the only thing I can talk about is what's real to me.
Yeah.
And the only way that I can relate things that are real to me is how I'm physically, emotionally, psychologically, mentally, all of that shit involved
Right.
with things, right? And the deeper that physical, mental, psychological, whatever involvement, the deeper that bar is, the more that real definition means.
You
right?
trip down the rabbit hole. Is that real?
No.
Okay. I'm understanding you now.
Do you have an interest?
But it's real for you because it took time away from.
No, you have an interest.
Oh yeah, it definitely took some real time away from me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you say that?
And I'm interested in it. Yeah.
And you're interested in it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's real to you. But
real
you
to me.
know that if you started talking to us about the rabbit hole, you don't
I'm
have
not-
a problem with the fact
I
it
don't
could
have-
not be real to me.
I don't have an
know what you're talking about.
expectation for you guys to understand.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. We said the same fucking thing.
I
today.
just the only thing that I would want, and this is not an expectation, and this is not This is not even a want. This is not even. I would just hope that you guys respect the fact that I don't believe that any of this shit is real. But if you guys don't, then challenge me.
No, but that's why.
This is why y'all gonna watch some bad movies.
Because
Talk to me about it.
I think
I hope y'all got enough respect for me to watch what's real for me.
100%.
It's real
We
for
gonna
me.
watch the movie.
You gonna watch the movies for me.
I think certain things. I think language matters,
Of course.
right? And so I've heard you say, then you need to ask yourself, is this real to you? The word need, people fight against that. I don't need to ask.
Replace it
myself
with
that.
want, or
No, but like for me,
you don't have to. You can
Should
replace that
you
word. It
ask?
doesn't have to be need.
Should you ask?
I
Yeah, it doesn't have
can't.
to
I
be.
can't replace it if that's what you said, right?
I could rephrase it. Yeah, I'm not attached to it.
No. What I'm saying is if your first question or response to somebody says you need,
Yeah, I get that. But if that's the block, I could rephrase it. I'm not attached to the word need.
no, I get that, but like in the immediacy,
I get it.
if you said you need to, and I'm like, because I might.
If you're uncomfortable, what I'm saying is
I might not-
understand that.
Need
but
got
if,
real for
but
Bub.
if you're uncomfortable
No,
with
I
that,
didn't get-
we
it
can
didn't get real
replace
for
the
me.
word need.
I'm just saying in terms of that's why I was like
I'm not attached to it.
I have some suggestions, right? Because I've learned that if I went to people and say, "Yo, you need to do this," no,
I don't think anybody needs
I
to
don't
do
need to
anything.
do anything.
No, I don't think anybody
Stay
needs to do
black.
anything.
right? But what I'm saying
Pay
is in terms
taxes
of
and die.
conversation, some,
I said, hey, but I said it at the beginning of this podcast. I arrived here, Curtis.
no, I get that.
I don't know.
My language skills should not be accounted for.
No,
bro.
I get that.
I think you've been orating
know
really
what I'm
well.
saying?
Yeah, I think if you
I arrived here, Curtis.
right. I'm just yeah.
I don't think anybody. I agree with you. I don't think anybody needs to do anything. I think everybody should do whatever the fuck they want to do.
No,
That's what I.
you should do what
That's
you
what
want
I
to do
think.
as long as it doesn't impact anyone.
I get what Cobb's saying.
I am not.
Yeah,
I agree with
you can do whatever you want in your world.
No.
Don't bring your shit in mine.
I disagree with that.
All right.
I think there are things that happen.
Slaughter down 6.
I don't think
I think-
that's not what Cobb was saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I think that there are things in the world.
The
that
verbiage matters.
You just said
No.
words matter.
No,
Words matter is
Words
what you
matter,
just
but
said.
like then
You can't say people need people, man. We can't say do what you got to do and stay out of my way. That's not the way the
I'm
world
fine
works.
with that. You said do whatever you want. No. You can't
think
do
it-
whatever you want.
I believe
you can
I
do
know.
whatever you want,
You can positively contribute, or you're gonna hit one of these boundaries I got.
and that's fine. And that's why we should.
But you hope it's a boundary that I really have.
No, man, we should respect that though. We should value that. See, this is the reason. Why wouldn't we value that?
Are you talking about like verbally?
No,
Why-
why
so-
don't we value
so
that? The
I
example
got a
that you
question.
just
Why
you
did
said.
you automatically go to the negative when Kava said that?
Because you said whatever you want.
I'm
There are
protecting
people-
myself.
Whatever you want could be positive too.
It could be, and you know what? I don't have no problem with that. However,
Why?
I got shot in my balls, Bubs. Somebody
you
did
love-
whatever the
so you-
fuck. Somebody did whatever the fuck
I
they
know.
wanted
So
one time.
You have a trauma to that, right?
Which is why I just say you can't do whatever you want.
Right.
To me.
To you. So that explains why you automatically went to the negative. Why I would ask anybody or challenge people to say words mean different things to different people. But I think in terms of communication, then we need to ask another question.
Do whatever you
That
want.
pause again.
No. What I'm saying, you said that, right? If I need clarification on what you meant, I need to ask you, hey, Kava, what do you mean by do whatever you want?
Yeah.
Regardless if you might say,
Or
do
more
whatever you
importantly,
want.
if do whatever you want, can it include harm to undeserving people?
Do whatever you want.
No,
I think that's
live
very
like that, though.
vague, though. That is very
I can't live like
vague.
that. What?
Because
Humans have been doing whatever the fuck they want for years.
No, that's
Who
not true.
the fuck are we to talk
That's
about?
not true.
That's not true. Name it.
Controlling humans have been able to do whatever they want.
Humans have been able to do what they want for years.
Whether they get away with not, whether they get away with
World War II
not.
changed a lot of things, but humans have been able to do whatever the fuck they want
whatever
in constraints with the environment.
And it don't have to be violent. It don't have to be criminal, right? I can say
War
whatever
II
the
changed
fuck
a lot.
I want. I can. I literally can.
I have no problem with that.
Right.
Because in order for you to say whatever the fuck you want and it bother my world, I have to subject
I know,
myself
but
to
what
your
I'm saying
world.
It's very vague, right? Do whatever you want can mean many things.
I'm telling you
I can take
what
this-
it can't mean.
I can throw this glass at you, and I did that because I wanted to.
And it's a fucking problem.
I get it.
It's a problem.
But what I'm saying is,
So I'm saying don't do whatever you want. Do whatever you want
Right.
in your world.
But what Kaba's saying, I could do whatever I want. I could.
That nigga saying do whatever you want. He ain't saying you could do whatever you want.
Right.
He's saying do whatever you
But if I
want.
felt the need to throw this
That
bottle
doesn't
at
mean
you,
that there's
I
not
could.
consequences.
You know
But
what's-
do whatever you want.
You know what's mad crazy is that on Sunday, fucking virtuosity.
That's
came out.
crazy because what you're assuming is that Bub would throw that bottle.
I'm not assuming nothing. I'm telling you right now.
He just said it. Well, you're assuming the negative.
I
Man.
didn't-
Like, why wouldn't you assume the positive? Why are we going straight negative?
I didn't go
You did.
negative.
You did.
No,
Both of you did.
I didn't say anything negative. See, that's crazy. I didn't say anything negative.
You said cause harm to somebody else.
No. Are you telling me that if I say you can't do whatever you want because I said can't, it's negative?
I said do
No,
whatever you want.
said cause and other than cause harm to other people. Why would you go? Why would you say, well, you shouldn't just hug anybody you want?
Right. You shouldn't just say hi with everybody.
Because
you
a
want.
hug could harm somebody.
Right. But you didn't go there. You,
You
went
didn't go there.
straight
You
to
went hard.
negative.
No, all I said is do whatever you want in your world. In your world, do whatever you want.
No, you didn't.
That's
That's
said harm.
exactly what I
You said
said.
harm.
You said harm.
You said harm.
Then you asked me about
That's
it.
the right way to do it. I didn't. You don't.
Right.
That was the right thing to say.
Why was that the right thing to say?
What? Because you're leaving this open thing where you can do whatever.
So
you
whenever
want.
there's an open door, you got to go to the negative.
It's not negative. Protective is not negative.
Hey,
So whenever
are we
there's
not seeing? Are we not seeing people getting slaughtered every day?
I'm not.
So if I said, hey,
No, I'm
Alex,
not.
so
What?
I can say
not seeing
whatever I
people
want.
getting slaughtered
Hey,
every
Alex,
day.
have a nice day. No, don't say that shit to me.
Bro, we're not being serious.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, we are.
There's no way.
Change the
You guys
narrative.
haven't given me.
Change the narrative.
You haven't given.
You want me to
solid
fuck
example.
the narrative up, right? I'm gonna.
No, just give
it's
a
gonna
good
be bad.
example. Just give a. You don't
Why,
have to
why is
fuck
it
the
gotta be
narrative.
bad?
Just give a
Because
good
it gotta be
example.
bad. Because it gotta be bad.
Just give a good example.
Because
Why is it gotta be bad?
I am not naive to the world, and you know what?
What's the
Bad-
world? Is it your world?
I know.
Is it the world that you're looking
in,
at?
So the
in
world's
my
all bad?
world, no.
So the
In my
world's all
world,
bad?
in my world, from what I have experienced, negativity and evil shit travels faster and farther than positive or
How do
positivity.
you change that?
I don't know.
Why don't you change that?
I don't know how to change it.
What do you
Because
mean you don't? It's your world, you said.
I think I was both with you just now. I told you, hey, do whatever you want. That's positive. Don't fuck with my world. That's positive.
Who said anything? Who said anybody's fucking with your world?
Papa never said fuck with your world.
No, he said,
I
I
said
think
do what
people
you
should do
want.
whatever they want.
I'm doing
I'm
what I
telling-
want with my life. How is that negative?
And the reason why you're in my life right, there's nothing negative about it.
No.
The
But
reason
how
why
is that? How is what I'm doing, what I want, being offending your protection?
No,
your protection.
because what you want to do.
No, because I'm telling people to do exactly what I'm doing, which is what I want. So how is that affecting your protection or your protection?
You told me earlier that there's a difference between Shaq and Kevin Hart.
How is that
Visually,
affecting
right?
your protection? That I'm doing what I want.
What
or that I'm
Kaba-
telling people to follow my lead.
When Kaba does what he wants,
No, fuck Kaba, man. I'm telling people to follow my lead, to do what they want.
No.
How is that affecting your protection?
because
It's what I'm asking.
Jeffrey Dahmer's
Like-
people.
like you.
Jeff Epstein is
Everybody
people.
thinks like you.
Donald Trump is people.
That doesn't answer my question.
All I was
I don't
asking,
want everybody to
why
do what they
immediately
want.
Go to the negative.
I don't go to the negative. I go to the protective. And I was.
How does
I'm
that
telling you,
make
it's
it go
both
to the
positive.
protective?
It's both
when
positive.
when I'm the one telling you that, how does that make you go to the protective? Is it
Can I
your
get,
world?
Can I get a beer?
Is
Yeah.
it your world? Is what I'm asking.
It's definitely my world, and that is why I don't have a problem with.
Okay.
You can promote, do what you want, and I'm gonna tell. Hey, you know what I'm gonna say? You say do what you want. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Do what
right?
you want.
It's not negative. It's not nothing. I don't care. To each their own. I swear to God. That's why I don't have no beef with. I'm not gonna say nothing to D-Wade the way he's treating it. I don't care. To each their own. That don't impact my world. But if you say I want people to just do what they want, that would be like me saying, if that's the case, people can do what they want. And I had a very positive outlook. I could put Megatron in.
That's a very narcissistic way of looking at life.
Does the
It
messenger
is
matter?
Pessimistic,
because
maybe,
it makes it look like you're smarter than others.
Does the messenger matter?
I'm not smarter than anybody.
Man,
Yo, you know what?
You know what the right thing to do versus other people don't know what the right thing to do because you're looking at the world and you're saying
no.
the world doesn't know what the right thing to do is.
We're saying the same thing.
When they do what they want, they're gonna do harm shit to me.
I
I'm
am
gonna
the
have to protect
smartest.
myself.
I am the
That's crazy.
smartest person in my
I
world.
like this role reversal.
I'm a genius in my world.
I like it.
I'm the smartest person in my world.
Okay.
And part of my intelligence is
What is your world? Just you?
no. I'm a byproduct of Beverly, Boston, Mountcastle. I have 5 brothers and sisters.
You smarter than
Hey,
them?
we're-
You smarter than all of them?
We're in his world too.
At creating and developing my world, yes, my mother can't tell me shit about how to be better at what I do.
You wouldn't tell them to do what they want.
They can
With
do
their lives?
they can do whatever they want.
So
But
why are you discrediting people from your
So
world? man?
what are you saying? I'm just trying to.
You can't expect people from
I
outside
don't
of
think
your
this is a
world. Why are
negative
you discrediting
conversation
people
either.
from
I'm
your
just
world?
asking a question. So you're saying you are creating, because do whatever you want is very vague and broad, right? And what you're doing is breaking that down. You're creating a boundary.
I'm creating a boundary. You can do whatever you want as long as it's accept. Me and you may never not.
So maybe harm was the wrong word.
no.
Word.
It's not the wrong word. It's
Fam.
what. It's what I'm
Because why
protecting.
would I want to harm you?
Not you, bub.
Right.
But it's not you, bub. You're in. You're my nigga. My boundaries are like it's like a little bump, speed bump, and even that is like you gotta be wilding out. He said, "I want the world to follow my lead and do what they want. My world, y'all are in it. Y'all can really do whatever y'all want. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you like you wild out. You wild out. That was cool. I'm gonna do
that.
that. But if everybody did what they want, purge.
Yo, do what you want. I got the castle. I don't give a, y'all not in my fucking castle.
Purge, bro.
Y'all not in my castle.
What are you
I
talking
got the
about?
castle.
Can David Duke do what he wants?
Do what y'all want, and I'm shooting you down.
David Duke can do what he wants to you.
Not to me.
That's what I'm saying.
How does David Duke have access to Bub?
Right.
We're talking
But what I'm-
outlandish shit,
what
man.
I'm saying
We're
is he
talking
could
outlandish shit.
do whatever he wants. He could. In very vague terms, he could do whatever.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Not in my world.
I hear you.
Can't do it.
I hear you.
Hey, you know what? You could be the world's greatest.
What's an example of that? What's an example of somebody like David Duke being able to come down
Got one for you right now.
Be able to affect your world?
Got one for you right now. You could do whatever you want. You could spit in a person's face, right? I was playing football in high school. I bust that cornerback's ass. I was shaking hands. That nigga could do whatever he want. He decided, I'm gonna spit in this man's face. Immediate hands on him. You could do whatever you want. There's gonna be a repercussion if what you do because you want it impacts my world. So you can do whatever you want out there. But if it fucking one of these 4, you can't do whatever you want.
I got a question, right? That's probably just gonna.
But he did what he wanted.
He did.
Yeah, but
This
not
is what I'm saying.
not without repercussion.
But I'm not
But
saying
you-
there's no repercussions.
No,
I'm
no.
saying people
but
do what
Kaba,
the fuck they
but
want.
even promoting the idea
But
to do what you want.
repercussion does? You know what
Nah.
repercussion does?
Kaba,
You know-
I survived
hold
getting
on.
shot by 3 centimeters,
You know
bro.
what that did?
That dude did what he wanted.
You know
I
what
could have
did?
died that day.
You know
There's
what
no
that-
repercussions
you know what
after that.
did? You know what that did? You know what that did, Reem?
What did it do?
A,
Make sure nobody can do what the fuck they want.
no, it did. He did what he wanted. He shot you. First and foremost. Let's get that on the table. Right? He shot you. First and foremost. Second, he created trauma.
Okay.
Trauma that you cannot see past the fact that he did what he wanted. He shot you, bro. Like it's the end of the story. Unfortunately,
I don't
you
under-
got shot.
You keep saying trauma. This is not trauma.
No, I keep saying that he shot you. That he did what he wanted.
But
that was it.
We can say that it caused a trauma, but it's not a trauma.
I'm not even talking about cause and effect.
created-
I'm causing cause. I'm talking cause. Do what you
Does
want.
the messenger matter though?
What?
Asking, does the messenger? So,
That's the other.
So,
that's
so
the
if I,
next question.
so if I put
How
on,
I feel about the messenger.
so if I put on the Facebook, would you trust? So if I put that out there, Alex, would you trust that I mean good when I say that?
Yes, I trust
Good
you.
or bad? I still don't like
I
it.
know. So so if Trump said it, people do whatever you want. You would go ape shit.
I don't.
You
I don't
wouldn't go
think
ape
that's a
shit
fair.
if I said it.
It's not a real
Yeah,
statement.
see,
Do what you want. It's not a real statement.
we can end the podcast right the fuck now, bro. I'm done.
I'm fine with him. Do what you want is not a real statement.
So if it wasn't a real statement, then why not say that in the beginning?
Because Cobb is real to me. So when he says it, it's real to me. And I'm thinking, is that really a thought of his? I want the world to do what they want? Nah, you don't want that. This.
But if he sees the world differently than what he's saying,
You still don't want that. You don't want the whole world thinking, do what they want. You have too many people that rely on you and you're responsible for their protection. To live in a world where the general consensus is, do whatever you want.
But the term could be like
Why would we have laws?
That's why it's vague, and laws don't stop people from doing whatever they want.
They are a deterrent to at least.
But it doesn't stop people.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
So imagine if they didn't even have those.
There's loopholes in everything, right? And actually, laws actually restriction creates more.
Demand.
No, it creates people to break the law more.
Yeah.
Right. That's proven. Right. Human psychology. If you tell me not to do something, I'm gonna do it.
So I should tell them do whatever they want, and then they won't.
You never know. You never know.
Now, again, I'm gonna tell you.
What's the world we live in?
Do whatever you want.
America, Ireland.
You want to know why?
Russia.
You want to know why people should do whatever they want? Because throughout history, this is the reason. This is the reason. If we monitored how people did what they did the way that they wanted to do, such as Kanye West, right? Like Kanye West is a good example.
He did what he wanted.
Right? He's a good example.
Cobb's not talking about the consequence behind it. He's just talking about the initial action.
No, but let's think about that, right? Like, there's been a lot of people that have done it my way, quote unquote, right? Like with help, without help, or whatever, my way, right? I know there are negative aspects of do what you want. I understand that. I am not looking at it that way. I'm looking at it strictly from a learning perspective. Everything that has happened from a do what you want perspective, whether you like it or not, whether it agrees with you or not, has attributed to how we have gotten here today. Because everything that people have done, whether people have liked it or not, is based on the fact that they have wanted to do it based on an incentive.
This is a fact.
Good
Right?
or bad. Good or bad.
Good or bad. And they did it. Right? So as a person that wants to see a better place,
I like it.
as a person that wants to see a better world, as a person that wants to see a better place, why not keep showing me your ass so I can see it and say to myself, ooh, I see what you're doing. You're showing me your ass. Now, if you are afraid because maybe you have not trained yourself enough to withstand how crazy people are when they show their ass, then man, that's you. That's on you. Personally, that's my opinion. Right? That's not that. I'm not saying that should be on everybody. I'm saying me personally.
Run that by me one more again.
If you have not trained yourself enough, hardened yourself enough, we should all be hardened. We should all figure out a way to harden ourselves. That doesn't mean desensitized. The word desensitized is completely different than hardened. We should all be hardened in a way.
Me and this nigga didn't say the same thing.
that allows us to. No, I don't think we are.
Yeah, that allows me to tell you, do what you want. Don't bring your shit here.
No, that's
Do you
not.
walk
That's
around
not. That's not what I'm saying. That's
you
that's
walk
an
around
ego.
every
That's a
day
very egotistical way of saying it.
protecting
What did I open up this conversation with? I opened up this conversation with my greatest creations. Just like Nas said, my greatest creations are my kid and my boundaries. Right? We all should have boundaries. Personal opinion.
Right.
We shouldn't. If you think you shouldn't, you shouldn't.
I think most
Do
people
what you
do.
want. If you don't want to have boundaries, do what you want. This is what I'm saying. But if you do, then you are going to, if those boundaries exist, you're going to be prepared for bullshit. I'm prepared for stupid boundaries, man. Like there's certain things that you're not going to get over my wall.
I think I'm trying to understand like the physical form versus the it's to do whatever you want. How do you respond to Uvalde?
So here's the thing. You know how I respond to that? I learned from it. I didn't experience it.
But
I wasn't involved in this.
You weren't, but you're human and you can empathize, right? That like
I can.
all of those parents lost their children because that guy did what he wanted.
I can get my
I don't know if that's
emotions
what Kyle
involved.
was saying though.
I can get.
That's the part I'm confused about.
That's the confusion.
Because
He wanted to do that.
But that's human nature. People are gonna do what they want.
Do what you want.
Nah.
I'm not saying that should be.
No,
I'm not saying
you don't
that
get
shouldn't
in your
exist.
car because you want to and drive.
I'm not
'Cause
saying
you
that
want to?
shouldn't exist.
I'm saying that part is fine. You could do that because it's not going to impact my life. It has no potential. You playing your music in your car has no potential
You don't do
to
what you want?
impact my life.
Am I wilding, bro?
You don't do what you want.
Am I wilding?
No, I do what I want
Definitely do what I want.
and try to cause the most minimal
Then you're fucking
impact.
up, man. You're fucking
the
up.
most
I do
minimal
what I want.
impact
But
on other people's lives.
Is that not who you are though?
It is who I am, but who I am is who I am here. Who I am is not. It's not cool to be shitty to
No,
That's not who
anyone
you are.
else.
Answer my question. Are you a shitty person? Do you like to do shitty things to people?
No.
Then that's not
So
how
you
you're gonna. That's
do
not
what
what
you
you're gonna do.
want because you're not a shitty person.
Exactly.
So you do the things
That's not true either. Even though I'm not a shitty person, I still can't do and say the things I want because I'm not a shitty person, but I have shitty thoughts all the time.
Right.
And I could act on it.
You're human.
I could
So that's part of
speak
who you
on
do.
it.
That's
but
part
I
of who you
wouldn't.
are.
But I wouldn't do it
'Cause you
if I
don't
knew
want
I
to.
would have a negative.
Because you don't want to.
Oh, these. But all right, good. I'm with you on that. But there are people
Right.
who don't have that.
Say that.
But we're still
Do what
saying
you want.
do what you want to them, and they don't have
Let
that.
me
Like,
learn from that.
nah, you.
So I would-
You're
Let me learn from that.
You're banking on the ability
Let
to
me learn
learn
from that.
after.
So
you are
I-
not guaranteed
That's
the
the
ability
only
to
way
learn
humans
after.
learn.
So I would
But
ask the
you're not
question-
guaranteed.
Think about how we've gotten here today. That's the only way.
No, but I would
we
ask
learn.
another question, right? Like
Do whatever you want. Sounds like we haven't evolved.
the other question
No, it does
is,
not. It sounds like evolution, bro.
Do you when you leave the house, right? When you leave the house, do you walk out the house every day prepared for somebody to do what they want? Do you because by your statement,
Yo, you know
walk
what's-
out, do you look
Yo,
at
y'all niggas
everybody
are
that's
living
going to
in fear,
harm
bro.
you?
You know what's
I'm really-
crazy?
I'm asking the serious
you know what's
question.
crazy? I'm going to answer your question.
Bro. Y'all out of control.
I walk out of my
Y'all need to
house
change y'all
thinking
mental
every
ability,
day
man.
I'm going to do
Y'all
what
need to
I
strengthen
want.
y'all way to be, man.
That's not what I asked you. Do you think when you walk out of the house, do you think every human
Are you
being-
feeling good when you walk out the house?
No.
I'm
Are you
feeling
feeling all right?
great about the positive impact I'm about to have on everybody in my life.
Exactly. Do what you want.
What I want, what you want,
Yeah,
and what you want,
yeah.
I love what
Yeah,
the four
yeah,
of us want.
yeah.
I am not
Why are you-
generalizing
are you
that
better
statement.
than everybody
I know.
else?
Yes, I am better than
Oh, you
certain
are.
fucking people in this
Oh,
world.
okay.
100% I am better
I'm
than.
not even going there. I'm just.
I am.
For the sake of conversation,
I'm not a fucking pedophile.
All right.
I hear that.
Not a
That's
murderer.
That's not what I'm asking you. I know you're not any of those things. Do you think everybody is out to cause you harm?
No, I tell you, I leave my house happy.
Right.
But I know I'm exceptional. I'm an exceptional person. I'm not saying anyone isn't. I am. I lead with positivity. That's me. The nigga that shot me, when he woke up that morning, he said, I'm about to get some money. And if I gotta shoot a nigga to do it, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm not comfortable with a blanket statement of do whatever you want across humanity. Do whatever you want, ...
Can you,
in your world.
regardless of the statement, can you control that?
Can I control?
Anybody doing whatever they want?
No.
Can you
Why
assume that
even
people have
bother
not
yourself
been
to
doing
think
that?
about
I'm not saying I don't think about it. I didn't think about it a day in my life until my man said he wants who is in my circle.
But he
Take me
never
out of
said
this.
he wanted somebody to harm you. He didn't say
Yeah,
that.
No,
exactly.
he didn't. But again, see.
But you're looking at it from
I gotta
harm's
talk to you.
point of
Nah,
view.
I gotta talk to you off camera. I just told you I would not.
Oh, we gotta talk off camera?
I would not engage in saying anything that might bring
Why would
detrimental to my
You just said
brother's
something.
life.
You just said something. You just said, my man's who I trust in my life
Yep.
told me to do what I want.
That part is fine.
Hold on.
You didn't tell me.
I
You
told
said-
the world.
you
I told
the
everybody
world.
who's listening. So if I'm telling you and we are 4 individuals in this room, and out of 4 individuals, 0 out of 4 do you have that statement with?
Like it.
Why do you have that already?
What statement?
Already that statement means nothing. From a assessment perspective, from an if you was to be an analysis, if I'm a business analyst,
Yes.
so I do this for a fucking living.
Yep.
If you're an analyst, you're looking at your sample size and you're saying,
Feeling good today.
do what you want.
Bad. Yeah, I see.
And you see 4, and I'm saying, out of the 4, who would I not trust with that statement? 0. Now, are you saying that you are so narcissistic in your views or egotistical in your views where you're taking that 0 into the world and you're saying, oh, that 0 exemplifies by
Narcissistic
1,000?
prick you.
I don't.
Is
The
that what we're
world
saying?
revolves around you.
I'm not confused.
Is that what we're
bro.
saying? Am I wrong by saying that example?
not tripping.
Was that a bad example?
Yeah,
Bob?
I'm saying that we a platform.
Well, in that platform is 0%.
We a platform.
0%.
I like that.
We a platform, right? So when you say everybody should do what they want, I'm just saying, as long as it pertains to you and yours, do what you want. Do what's best for you and yours. Try not to impact negatively anyone else, especially people who aren't you and yours.
So why didn't you also include the positive message in that?
I don't have a problem with the positive
But why? I'm not saying that you have a problem with it.
It's-
But
it's
why
not-
didn't you include it?
because
Why didn't you
again,
emphasize?
I
Why
go-
didn't you? Which is going
I go back to Bub.
Which is going back to
You
Bub's,
right.
Bub's asking, and this is what I'm exemplifying, right?
Yep.
Bub's asking, why are you seeing the negative in this? What I'm saying is, we have a platform. By you not taking my comment and seeing the positive in it, instead, both of y'all just dug into the negative.
That's not true.
I'm still there too.
Again,
I like your stance.
I just admitted it.
I'm
But
not-
you're not.
I like
Okay,
you,
it's not
Sancho.
true.
I like
Okay,
you.
okay, then I'm done.
If-
I'm done.
Alex Irvin.
If it's not true,
No,
I'm
no.
done. No,
If I dug into the negative, I'd
have
be like, yo, Kaba, that's bullshit. You can't make no statement like that. Fuck all that. I added to yours so that it met mine. I said
the
you
example
can
that
do
you
what
just
you
made
want as
was
long
a
as it don't
negative
fuck with
comment,
me and
was it
mine.
not?
I don't think that's negative. Do what you want as long as it don't fuck with me and mine.
Then we're done.
I think that's all positive.
Finish the statement.
Okay, then we're done.
Do whatever you want in the world.
If it's positive, then we're good.
as long as it's peaceful.
Do what you
to
want.
Everybody.
Period.
Nah, I didn't say
Do
that.
what you want.
I know.
Period.
You could have.
I could have said that. I didn't say that,
Yeah,
bro.
do
I
what you want, period.
Y'all do whatever, and yo, I'm gonna
Whatever
bro,
you want, period.
You said I'm Curtis tonight, nigga. We
Yeah.
know who the original Curtis is, right?
Whatever you
I've
want,
had
period.
nights where I've done whatever
I'm
the
not-
fuck I wanted,
I'm
right?
not- Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oblivious to repercussions,
Did you,
right?
did you admit that?
And you have had repercussions.
I have. And I've had repercussions, right? So,
Have you?
But you-
and I can go from that perspective.
But you did it.
But no,
But you did it.
Did he have
No,
repercussions?
but this is what I'm saying.
But you did it.
You say it's trauma. I also say it's experience because I've been the person to do whatever the fuck I want.
Didn't you think
and
you
cause,
needed that?
and cause
Unconsciously.
harm?
You didn't need that?
and
Unconsciously.
cause harm.
You didn't need that to grow?
No, it's not that I didn't
You didn't
need
need
it.
that to grow?
I'm not gonna say I didn't need it to grow. I'm
That
grateful.
wasn't part of the growth.
I'm grateful in the fact that it wasn't so egregious.
That wasn't
Hold on,
part of the
Kaba,
growth,
Kaba.
though?
I'm grateful in the fact that it wasn't so egregious that I had the opportunity to still grow and keep the loved ones around me. I risked it all at one point, bro. Doing what the fuck I want. I could have lost serious
So you can
family.
do whatever you want, but nobody else can.
I didn't say that.
Okay. I'm done.
I said that. Am I violent? He's fucking with me, right? This nigga's fucking. And y'all niggas is watching it.
I'm done.
Y'all niggas is watching it.
I'm done.
He's fucking with me, and he's got me in because I've been emotional. I've been emotional. No.
Start with the group chat. Start with the group chat.
And you're in the circle. You're the supreme leader. It's you. You and Alex.
It's
you
good
and
to
Alex.
see you, fellas, man. I'm
Hey,
happy
man,
Great
to
to
be
see
here,
y'all. Great to
man.
see y'all. Great to see y'all.
I'm happy that y'all wanted to do this.
I don't know what space y'all at right now, but
I'm happy y'all
it
wanted
is good to see y'all. It is good to see y'all.
Yeah.
A
It's good
lot
to
of
see y'all.
nuance in that question.
Like, I don't know what
Did you bring a
shrooms feel
blunt?
like, but I felt like I was on shrooms this whole time. Because I was just feeling good.
Yeah, I'm bro.
But I'm not on shrooms.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great.
Yo, just before we go,
When we doing this movie night,
that's what I was
man?
about to say.
I'm ready.
I got the movie.
I gotta move too.
Anybody free this weekend?
I'm free.
I ain't doing shit on Saturday.
Damn it, Alex. Gotta get you out of slavery. Shit.
What are you doing at 5 o'clock in the morning on
Gotta
Sunday?
get you rappers. Damn. I'm sleeping.
Do whatever the fuck I want, nigga. Be up. I'm at your house. I watch your movies.
But he said, I can call you at 5 in the morning because I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Talking shit,
What,
man.
you ain't picking up?
We gotta find a day though, for real. I
what I'm
want us
saying,
all
though?
to.
Bub, you ain't
see,
picking up?
like,
Bub,
see
you
what
ain't picking
I
up?
don't see what
I
I'm
am up.
saying, no. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Reed,
play. We're
let's
gonna
find
play.
that
Do
time.
not come by my house and knock on my door at 5 in the morning.
You right around the corner, nigga.
Ding dong, Bub.
Do whatever you
I know
want.
you got ring. I'm doing whatever I want.
We gotta get a day in. What's up? What we doing?
Alex is good.
Me and you got a whole trip coming up end of this month. I love that.
Do?
We're going to St. John's, no?
Oh, yeah. Yep, you paid your money.
Oh my, you're not going no more.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
Yo, if
trying
I'm on that bus, bro. If I'm on that bus,
Spot people. Reed's like, is Bob coming? No?
word. All right, well, who's Tone's mom? Nah, man, we out there.
Yeah, St. John's. They had, a
Wakanda
game,
Forever's coming out.
they had a game the other night.
Yep.
They had a little exhibition. They played against a D2 school, Niagara.
Niagara.
They won. Little Cuzzo did I think he had like 50. I don't know if it was 15 or 16, but he had 15 or 16.
Yo, I just learned something last weekend at the Pusha T concert. Colleges pay for guaranteed wins
They pay schools to play.
to play them,
To beat the shit
and they're supposed to beat the shit out of them.
So my cousin,
I played college football and didn't know that.
when he was at Maine,
But don't do what you want. Yo, y'all motherfuckers are out of control, bro. Like, I can't. How am I supposed to continue to entertain?
Why?
This? What are we talking about?
We're talking about college basketball right now.
So Maine got paid $70,000.
I can take this statement in every fucking conversation that we have. Do you know that?
So Maine.
Do you want?
Because
I will. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So Maine got paid. Duke paid Maine to play them
Right.
and beat the shit out.
And then beat the shit out. And that's why it makes it incredible when a team like Florida, or was it Miami this year, it was the first time this college had ever beat a D1 Power 5 football team. And
Oh, they did the reverse.
yeah, so they paid them like $1 million. I didn't know the budgets on these. Paid them like
I said
$1 million.
$70,000. I don't know if that was the dollar.
And,
number.
no, but like
just threw it
women's
out.
basketball is like 30, 40,000. Just the budget to travel, get there, to stand a third.
Alex, you'll pay. You'll take a loss if I pay you.
I mean, what's the pay?
I don't know, and I want to
Really
put it on Instagram live.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. We can talk
Shave.
about it.
I want to keep it recorded,
We
and
can
I
talk
want to
about
post it.
Well, you can't say
A
it out
fight.
loud because now it's point shaving.
Shaving the bed.
A fight.
A fight?
Yeah.
You want to fight?
Like in the backyard.
You want, huh?
I choose peace. I choose peace.
Fuck y'all. All right, I get what happened here tonight. I'm with it. I'm with it. At the end of the day, I just want to just recap a little bit. Pause before you respond.
Accountability.
Accountability. Don't pile on.
But there's also a moment. There's educational moments that we miss. And I felt like Kyrie.
The chance to get better.
I feel like in every moment, every situation has a moment where our elders can educate us and not judge us for our actions. I know it's hard not to judge people. It is hard. But there's always a time where we can educate each other. But also people got to be in a space willing to learn, right? Not feeling like, oh, Kaba can't teach me shit. Reem can't teach me shit. Alex can't teach me shit. right? Because sometimes our experience block that, right? Our experience is like, nah, I went through this, so you can't tell me nothing about this.
Right. The minute you stop learning is the minute you stop growing.
Right.
Yeah. Well, oh man, welcome back.
Do what you want.
Do what you want. And if you could please put your energy
I'ma
into
put that out
praying
there.
for Al's.
Please do what you
Schedule.
want. It's the only way we're gonna get out of this. Please do what you want. Please.
As
long as
Let us be free.
Me or one of these
Please.
Do what you want.
Are we out?
Peace, bro.
Peace. Do what you want. Peace.